everybody, what's happening? It's your friends here at Slices and Dices for yet another thrilling episode of Alien RPG Heart of Darkness. We are happy to be here, and we hope that you are too. Thank you very much. I will say this in advance for being here with us. Thank you for being part of the channel. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for everything that comes our way, because we love to do this stuff for you. So continue if you would be so kind as to support the channel in whatever way you would like. Send us cool thumbs ups on our YouTube videos. Join our Discord, which you can find the links to in this particular video. I'm gonna just, if you're in chat right now, I'm just gonna open up by saying, here we go. There's your Discord link if you want to join us on Discord. If you're watching this in YouTube, as most of you probably do, you'll find the links to it in there. If you're here, do us a favor, give us a sub, give us a hi, give us a wave, give us an acknowledgement of life as we know it, and we will be more than happy to help you out by giving you more content. That's what we love to do. Beyond that, I'm going to do a quick reintroduction to all of our folks around. Mike, you are very vociferous in your microphone, senor. Oh, actually, that's not you. That's Patrick. I beg your pardon. It's not. It's sorry. Not. Yeah, it's just remove the microphone from your throat.
That used to be me, though.
That's fine. We all have that problem. We've all been there.
We've
all been that problem. Patrick himself has a little bit of a video problem, but I think it's actually appropriate for the time. Because we all have these technology issues. We can hear him great. But occasionally his video will glitch. Maybe it'll get better through the magic of better internets. Maybe it won't. We'll just have to go with what goes. Things happen in life and you just gotta go with the flow. So, hey, let's make it happen. So let's, Patrick, I'm gonna save you for last because it could very well be that maybe by that time your internet will behave. But let's just go around and just introduce ourselves and where you can find everybody on the internet. Let's I'm gonna put up our socials here and do this little magic of the internets. Let's go with Maeve. Maeve, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, Matt, you can find me here both today and tomorrow, along with you and Sarah. You can also find me on our wonderful Discord and Mates Fates Discord, and also on Twitter. I refuse to call it X, and I'm on Blue Sky now, so that too.
All right.
Under name Climber.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maeve. Moving down to Jonathan. Jonathan, where can people find you on the internet?
Howdy, everyone. You can find me on Twitter at freshly_zested, Instagram at blue_orange, and around the Discord as well. And you can find me here on, depends on the night, but a night that's particularly spooky and madness instilling in Call of Cthulhu. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Moving down to Sarah. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm Sarah. You can find me on the internet at Lovely Llama on Instagram and Reddit, and sometimes the website formerly known as Twitter. And here on Slices and Dices, most Fridays and many Thursdays.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Moving around the small divot there at the bottom there to Mike. Mike, where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, I'm Mike Elkins. So I come from Mates of Fate. I would say Slices and Dices kind of sister channel, BFFs. So you primarily we're mainly on a hiatus right now. However, you can mainly find me in our Discord, which is very active, and I guess we're just a book club now, or at least for now. So if you're interested in joining a book club or reading a book for Halloween called The Ritual, join our Discord and join the book club channel, and we'll read it together and chat about it. You can also find me on Instagram primarily at Mike Elkins fan page official. There's a lot of underscores in the name, just Mike_Elkins, and then you'll be able to find me.
It's the best possible fan page. Thank you, Mike. And then finally, Patrick Marin. Patrick, I know we can hear you, and don't do the friggin' John. Don't do that. That scares me. Don't do that.
You can find me, as always, at barrover.com if you're looking to schedule a whiskey tasting, and patmarin.com and Pat Marin on the Instas. PatrickMarin.com and Pat Marin on the Instas, where I post sort of insights into the weird and neurodivergent things that I tend to be amused or entertained or fascinated by. And you will find me on this channel, as always, doing 1 or 2 or 3 different things with our lovely freaking fans. You guys keep us alive and energized, and I'm so excited to continue to be here. And I was just talking with Matt. We will be bringing Everyday Heroes to Slices and Dices. We will be bringing Escape from New York, a 3 to 6 question mark short run adventure exploring a new system. And a little bit of love from some familiar faces and maybe a new face. I have to schedule stuff. We'll see what happens when I have time to do exactly that. But stay tuned where Matt and I switch chairs, and then I try and really have a better connection. Or you could watch a grown man cry on stream for an hour while there's no sound.
Just sweat. It's like that scene in Airplane where Ted Stryker's just sweating.
We'll listen to you cry, but your face will be frozen and smiling. That's what it would be.
Yes.
That's what I do in real life, so that works fine.
We should all pitch in and upgrade Pat from a 28K modem to a 56K.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear the beep.
I've got enough box tops. I think I can get a Commodore 64, guys. With your help, I can get there.
Oh, then we can play the Great Gianna Sisters. We can have a LAN party. It'll be awesome.
Oh my
If I don't die of dysentery first.
Okay, now,
Anyway.
for those of you who are under 25 who didn't understand any of the last 30 seconds, I am so sorry. They're like, what
regret nothing.
is that?
What's a modem?
Yeah.
Bod? What's bod?
Yeah, if I try to say anything that Gen Z has utilized for their current lingua familia, I just look like an idiot. So I choose not to. I just use regular words.
You just get yeeted right out of there?
Listen, I use yeet. I have adopted the yeet. Sorry, excuse me. You only adopt. Yes, thank you. You can't use the word adopted anymore without the mask going up. You only adopted the yeet. Wow, what is going on tonight? We are
stressed.
We are bonkers.
Oh my god.
Should I bring us
Why
into
are we
Alien?
stressed, Matthew?
Can I bring us
I'm
into
already
Alien?
stressed by real life, so I'm in the perfect headspace to play this game tonight.
Okay, well, I will bring us back to where we were by snapping my fingers and bringing our characters back to where we were last time as I give a recap. A somewhat lengthy recap, but I will do my best to keep us on track. Here we go. Let me see if I can give some music here for the recap. Oh yeah, here we go. Previously on Alien RPG, Heart of Darkness.
We're in danger.
At the behest of the company, you 5 have been sent to a space station orbiting a singularity known as the Ablasin Black Hole. Around that black hole, a new form of life has been found. Something they're calling the Hezdilan Lights. Now, when you arrived at Erebos Station, your ship was hit by a meteor strike and smashed into the station, and you needed parts to repair it. So you spacewalked to the station and boarded it, noting that radiation emanating from this massive black hole was pretty fucking crazy. So you needed to watch out for that, because radiation is bad in the world of Alien RPG. You encountered, and in the real world too, but even more so in Alien RPG. Probably actually about the same. Anyway, you passed through the ship. You encountered a variety of things. Androids, who took you with them to meet the warden, someone named Stykes. And a cat, who I don't think they intended to have you meet. He just sort of happened to bump into you whilst you were through the station. And joined you after depositing a sort of fleshy organism on the deck, which wasn't dead. It actually just scuttled away as soon as it did. Sensing something amiss with these robots, you left them and moved to a different deck where you found the remains of your contact, a scientist named Clerk, who was now melted to the damaged mother supercomputer. Under Clerk's body was a hard drive containing protected data on something called Project Ironfish. In order for you to actually understand what was on it, you had to decrypt it, but you couldn't actually do that. You needed a different supercomputer in order to do it. You actually needed Mother to be turned on in the first place because it was off. So you looked around that particular deck and found a medical room containing some pharmaceuticals, and as well, on the deck, a botanical garden transformed into some kind of horrible alien hive filled with cocoons. So you decided wisely to avoid that area entirely and moved back to the supercomputer, Mother, and Drabikowski attempted to reboot it by diving into the freezing cold coolant pit below and rejiggering the breaker. However, while pulling the lever to flip the breaker to the mainframe, Drabikowski's suit ripped, and her scream of pain and panic sent everyone into a tizzy. Hedenström went berserk and almost attacked. I think was it Lark? I think attacked Lark, and then immediately dropped to the ground catatonic, eyes rolling back into the head. Still, undeterred, Lark used her psychology skills to bring Hedenström back, and then herself dove into the freezing cold fluid to reset the breaker for Mother and turned it back on. Now that Mother was reactivated, you were able to learn that your craft had caused a plasma fire. And you also learned that the three power cells that you needed to repair your ship were on several decks. One of deck I. That's actually correct. Sorry. The power cells were on deck I. The thruster compression, which is the second item that you need, was to be found on the external side of the station. Deck D, Deck H, Deck J, any one of those decks on the outside of the station. And the cutting tools to remove your ship from the station could be found on Deck H. You also found that one of the EVA pods that also has cutting tools was on Deck D and F. So, now, in order for you to delve further, now that Mother was on, I think Drabikowski pretended that she was Dr. Clerk, the deceased Dr. Clerk, and obtained several logs relating to a meteorite that was brought on board shortly before. It seems that this meteor had organic matter hidden beneath its rocky exterior, and under that organic matter, a ship. The science boat Chiron, which was at one point in time attached to a very large spacecraft called the USS Cronus, lost 72 years ago, and information about which was classified. More information, however, was held by the secondary supercomputer Daughter down on Deck H. During your investigations, you found a scientific research room, which had an auto dock, some kind of mentions of a necrotic virus that Dr. Clerk had been researching, a data disk, and a strange cylinder full of lasers, which seemed to illuminate what you thought to be fireflies for some reason. In order for you to access Daughter, you moved to Deck G and ran into what you thought was a curled-up naked man. However, when Hedenström walked over to investigate, this quote-unquote naked man unfurled into a fleshy trilobite thing that proceeded to lurch at him and force its proboscises, God, I love that word, through his helmet and down his throat. You shot and beat this alien life form to death, and wrested Hedenström's body from under it, unknown what has just potentially occurred. You moved through an area of high radiation down to the Daughter mainframe, and once there, attempted to access information on the Cronus, finding instead that this information when Daughter was on a set of distant galactic coordinates, a place somewhere in the galaxy called Perfected Space. You also learned that the Project Ironfish Drive had a ton of transmission logs from both UPP and USCMC Space, detailing information on some of their more secret projects. Hedenström was in a bad way. I'm not going to lie. He was doubled over in abdominal pain, and calling out for some kind of medical assistance, and you thought maybe you should bring him back to Deck C to be at least examined by an autodoc. In the meantime, you researched the 26 Draconis strain, seeming that it was noted before, and found through research that the 26 Dracana strain was part of a necrotic virus, something that you had found before, that Clerk was using to synthesize, part of which needing cells from an immature specimen of a quote-unquote, and I'm going to mess this up, Heptopus tabularium. What that is, who the fuck knows? Lark made the very wise decision to bring Hedenström back up to Deck C to see what was going on with him, and unfortunately, once there, encountered an angular biomechanoid creature, which came at them with a degree of not violence, but curiosity. However, Lark, instinctively knowing something was definitely amiss, blasted it with her bolt gun, and it fled out the airlock, not flying into space, but instead walking simply out the door and onto the skin of the station. Where it went, who knows? Meanwhile, poor Hedenström pulled himself into the autodock and viewed a thing inside of him, pulsing with life and ready to spring out of him, squirming, lashing, and clawing its way out. On Deck G, and this is where we ended up last time, those of you remaining on that deck heard an ear-piercing howl as the cat, Adrien, mewled in terror. And that is where we begin tonight. I have been paying no attention to what is going on in Roll20 chat. I'm just hearing lots of bleeps and bloops and bleepity
Absolutely
bloops.
fine. It's probably better if you ignore it. We're
What is
just
going on? God damn it! All you guys! We don't... Oh my god, I'm gonna have to fucking view all this shit. That's fine.
Quick question, because it wasn't in the recap, and I thought I had it in my notes, but I didn't. Where on the station, like which bay is that meteor and the contained ship in?
Great question. The meteor... No, it was mentioned...
It was in the logs, I just didn't write it down in my notes.
Totally fair, totally fair. The meteor and the ship within it, this ship called the Chiron, is on, I believe it's on deck... I'll tell you. So I think it's on I think it might be on deck E. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna double check. Is it on deck? Yes, it's on deck G. It's on the deck you're on, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not ominous at all.
Not
What
even a
is
little the meteor with the
ship in
Chiron
it?
in it?
Okay.
Yeah, the ship inside is on deck G, on the port side. So we talked about like the fire, and the fire. Yeah. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the fire was, and I'm going to check this in my recap notes.
The port side is on fire.
Yes, the port side is on fire. The starboard side is not. So many decks are on fire because of the plasma fire, because of the collision that your ship made with the station. But the starboard side is perfectly fine. And luckily for you, many of the things that you need are doubled up on the starboard side and the port side within the ship. So we're going to start tonight in
free fall, because neither party is safe, even though we split the party.
Well, here's what I'm going to do instead. Because we are now in Act 2, I'm going to go ahead and give you folks your Act 2 personal agendas.
Oh boy.
So, this may take some time, folks, so you gotta give me a little bit of... Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go Drabikowski. Here is your personal agenda number 2. I'm gonna just do that. Hedenström. I don't know how long you may have, sir, but there is your personal agenda, like Act 2.
Yep.
Let's see.
He's fine.
Oh yeah, Ejiri's Act 2 agenda is here. There we go. And Lark. Find your Act 2 agenda. Here's your Act 2 agenda, Lark. Oop. And then I think it's just Noor Sajaad, who I'm missing. Apologies. There we go. I found it. There we go. Okay, so everybody now has 2 agendas. Act 1 is done, so if you completed your Act 1 agenda, congrats, you already got story points for it. And now you have Act 2 agendas. Congrats.
What?
Oh, yes, we should be looking at these, huh?
That's a thing.
That's a thing. That's a thing. I love it when people say that's a thing. Okay, we're good. Oh, Patrick, by the way, your internet is looking so much better. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh,
folks?
good. It's finally started raining. I thought it was just the cloud cover.
Yay! Amazing.
Maybe it's the cloud's not breaking is why the Wi-Fi won't bounce around.
You know what? Let's hope it's always cloudy in Barovia. But that's a different game. Okay. Okay.
How do I do this, Matthew?
I don't know, Patrick. Make it work, as Tim Gunn says, right? Fuck.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I can't do this thing.
Okay.
Now that I can,
Yes.
do the things that can change the condition also apply, or is it
Tell you what.
one directional street with no reverse?
Tell you what you're saying has no bearing on all the other 4 players. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's talk about it later.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Not happy.
That's
Not
fine.
ready.
I know.
Okay.
Listen, it's not my job to make you happy. Cool. Let's move on here, folks. Now that we've got the recap out of the way and everybody's got their agendas, let's switch our scene to Hedenström. Hedenström, your belly is distended. You are absolutely panicking. You feel your heart beating in your ears. Your ribs are cracking. Blood is spouting out of your mouth. What are you doing?
Lark, get your ass over here. Oh, Lark.
Lark is in a different room. Lark has shut the door between herself and this creature, which has opened the airlock to the outside, which has now walked out into the outside of space. You are just gurgling. Blood is fountaining out of your mouth. It's pooling around you. The autodoc has finished its examination of your body, and you now see on the screen inside of the autodoc the thing that is inside of you that is clawing its way out. It has a long, tapered head. It seems to have sort of nascent claws that are sort of curled up fingers, and tentacles that are sort of wreathing its body. So it's clawing its way out with its tentacles and with its claws.
So, realizing that I'm about to die alone in this room with no one around me, laying on this cold, hard bio bed or whatever you want to call it, I look down. I see these formations undulating, kind of like, stormy waves from my abdomen. I scream in agony as the pain stretches me to my limit. Every other sensation I have, my thoughts, everything just nulled to zero. All I feel is a sensation of pain. I reach over and I grab what looks like medical surgical devices, a knife, and I slice open my stomach to let out whatever is inside there to release some of the pain. As I scream out in agony, and this kind of blood curdling sounds almost inhuman if anybody could hear it. As I slice myself open, it explodes like a cyst just waiting to be released, spewing viscera and entrails all across the floor. I roll over on my side, collapsing in a pool of my own blood, splattering it all over the walls.
And I don't hear any of that.
Nope. But we as an audience see it and hear it. Let's see if I can give you a little bit of let me see. Is there anything I can do to yeah, I'm going to do this. Here we go. Little disgusting blood sounds. And then you hear a thump as this thing erupts from your chest and abdomen cavity and hits the glass pane of the autodoc. This thing is curled up into a ball and is covered with blood and and bodily fluids. And it has a sleek black carapace and a sort of biomechanical body with it looks like 2 sets of arms and a face without eyes entirely. There is no kind of indicator of any kind of sensory organ at all. And in your last moments of consciousness, you look at this thing, and it sort of turns, swivels its head to you, and it opens the front of its face. You could sort of call it a mouth if you wanted to. It's just sort of extends, and there is a separate mouth entirely that distends from the internal of this thing's head. A second mouth with razor-sharp teeth inside. And it just sort of bleats at you.
And if I had the energy, I would reach out and try to snap it from its mother head. But I don't.
Your
And I
arm,
realize-
a shaking hand, reaches out for this thing, and then your vision turns to black. And Hedenström is dead. We'll get back to what happens to Michael's character in a few moments. But Hedenström, we hardly knew ye. R.I.P. Lark, you just watched this being come into the station, look at you with curiosity. You blasted this thing with your bolt gun. It took it in the head.
And nothing.
And just sort of pinged off of its side, and then instead of retaliating, sort of hissed at you, and then sort of almost knowing in a very specifically human way almost, that activating the airlock would suck you and all of your friends into space. Just before it pulled the lever, you pulled the door down in front of you and sealed your door before it could go ahead and blow you all into space. Pulling the lever to the airlock, the whole of that entire area within the external, the internal airlock, sucked into space. This thing remained absolutely stable and pinned to the ground like it had magnetic boots, and then proceeded to just walk out onto the skin of the station like nothing was wrong, and then shut the door behind it. There is an intelligence there with this creature, something even as an android you would consider superior to yours. What do you do?
I think Lark cocks her head and makes a mental note to try and observe it if there's time, but then shakes off what should not take so long an emotional sort of preponderance, and then turns around and goes to the door to go check on Hedenström in the med dock.
Okay. So, once you shake it off and then push the door to the med bay, the first thing you see as soon as the door opens is just a spattering of blood on the inside of the autodock. There is movement from within, but it is a sinuous movement. It is not. It is sort of like
human.
A large, black, sinuous mass that is inside this device.
I think I'm going to draw the switchblade. I'm going to holster the bolt gun for a second. And flipping the knife to a sort of dominant downward. Try and position it so that I can lift up and stab down.
Lift up and stab down. Okay, gotcha. So
Like giving it, pulling it up enough that it'll try to slither out, but kind of like, you know how in Aliens when Bishop's reflexes are like really timing between the fingers, I want like that much space to try and stab at something.
Okay.
Because I don't know what size it is, I don't know what space it is, so I want an appendage to stick out so I can pin it.
Got it.
I want to see if I can make it squeal, because I want to study whatever the fuck just happened.
Got it. Okay, let me think about this then.
You could also just make the autodoc scan it while it's still in there.
Oh yeah, how about that? No, I think no. You know what? I'm not trying to
You're
make you change your
mind. You already made your choice.
I think the immediacy of big boy, little girl, or whatever we want to nomenclature them, if this thing gets out of here. Snuggles, right? The little one's called Snuggles. I wanna hypothesize for a minute. I wanna test a scientific theory, because that is probably how Lark would run a diagnostic on. Something is moving in there, and it doesn't move like Hedenström.
Okay. Let me check something here.
Yeah. That's how I want to do that.
Diagnostic, huh? So, okay, if that's well, then just make an observation roll, I would think. We're gonna show the map in a second, folks. I just have to take, unfortunately, we have to take Hedenström out of the running here on the overlay.
Do I get any bonuses to observation because it's contained, or bonuses because okay, great.
Just tell me what you get, and I'll tell the audience as well what you get.
2 successes.
Okay,
Nice.
2 successes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say. So for stunts, can I do? I mean, like, I kind of want to beg for a wiggling term on the usual 3. Can I get in, out, away? Are there more of them? What is it like? I mean, I assume there aren't more of them in there.
Wants wiggle room? Never.
I would like to.
Yes, you would like to.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think about how to do this within the rules themselves.
Okay.
I want to poke the edges of the rule. I want to, with the success of stabbing it as requested, I think I want to pull it out without totally ripping it. Like, I want to sort of gently extend as far as I can extend whatever appendage of it sticks out from the little crack.
Okay.
And sort of use the extra success to analyze, whether it's an arm or a head or a tail, the features of this thing that I've just discovered.
Okay.
However you'd like to interpret that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, in order for you to do that, you'd have to open the medpod, the autodoc. I'm calling it a medpod, but it's not medpod; it's an autodoc.
Well, then let me ask another question then. For the sake of noting that this observation comes with specifically requesting a stab of the thing, should I make a close combat call for you?
I would say yes, but the whole thing is that the thing is sealed, right? The autodoc is sealed at this point in time. So you'd have to open it first and then stab at the thing inside. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm asking.
Oh God. Okay.
Yep. Now, listen.
Hey, it's cool. Sure.
She made her choice.
She did. She made her choice, chat. You heard it. Cool. So let me just
It's a race to see who gets to play the cat now. Do they have to flip for it?
Hey.
Now he's already changed his name to Cat. He's probably got it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what anybody's talking about with any kind of name changes at all whatsoever. Ever.
We definitely didn't take bets on this weeks ago.
Why would you do that? That would be horrible. Let me just switch you guys all to the
Not enough.
let me just turn off names here, and there we go. We'll get to Mike's new character, whatever it may be, or whoever it may be, in a second. All right. Here we go. So, I'm going to go ahead and say that if you... Where are you? You are on deck C. So let me just move what you guys can see. Okay, so this is deck... You guys are on deck G. Deck C is... Where is deck C? You guys are on somewhere. Move you around here. I know I saw it. Where... Oh, I'm going to zoom out to find you. It's deck C. Oh, there you are. You're on deck. There we go. You guys are way over here. Okay. All right. So go ahead and move yourself into deck. You can move yourself into this area here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead and do that. Because
I was setting the
no, that's fine.
the roll
That's fine.
as
That's fine.
well. It's a 1 success on close combat.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. First, you open the auto dock. You do so, and just a torrent of blood just splooshes down onto the floor. A variety of internal organs hit the ground, and then this thing sort of just turns in your direction, Lark. And it's relatively small. It's probably the size of a large dog, actually. And as the auto dock opens and you immediately turn to attack this thing with your knife, it actually will attempt to block your attack.
All right.
So it's going to go ahead and do that. So you made a close combat roll. It's going to instinctively, when I bring up the thing, it's going to just it's going to, you know what? No, it's not going to try. It's just going to try to get out of the way with a mobility roll. Try to dodge your attack with a mobility roll. Okay, here we go. No successes, so you do hit it.
Cool.
Okay, so let me roll for its armor. No successes on armor, surprisingly.
Excellent.
Okay, so how much damage do you do to this thing?
It's just one. It's a switchblade. It's
Okay,
not fancy.
just one? Fantastic. Yeah, so you stab into this thing, and the knife just stabs into a part of the carapace that's not hardened yet. It's like it's like a piece of
Soft shell
skeletal
crab.
bone. Exactly, it's like a soft shell crab. I'm not going to go into gory details. But yes, it just sinks in. You hear it just screeches at you. And then, instead of attacking you, it scuttles away under one of the areas of the floor cracks. It just literally just finds a way of taking its body and almost making it to a point where it doesn't really have a lot of vertical mass. It just sort of pops its joints like to a almost completely flat state, and then just squidges its way under the floorboards in
Like a
that
New
area.
York rat.
Exactly, like a New York rat.
Yep.
I like the word squidges.
Seen it. Okay. Can I study its blood trail?
You sure can.
Cool.
Its blood trail is sort of a light green, and although you may be thinking, but wait, Matt, it has acid for blood. No, it does not. It does not.
Does this blood do anything different?
No, it's just green fluid on the floor.
I so badly want to ask questions, but I'm dead.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Okay. But does the blood stay there at all? Does it pool? Does it immediately soak into the metal? What is the
Yeah, I
sort
mean,
of state of the liquid?
Yeah, it's the viscosity of this blood is pretty similar to human viscosity, I would say. It's just a different color and translucency.
I am in the med bay. I would like to try and scoop some of the blood into a vial then.
Super. Okay. Anything
Unless I
else?
can hear something outside
You hear nothing.
tromping around on the hull, I think I would like to radio down Lark. Lark will say, Dr. Birger was
Dr. Hedenström. Birger was his first name.
Sorry. Dr. Hedenström was something happened. I think I need to come back down and join you. He's no longer with us. This is alarming. And then flick off the radio and then work my way back down to deck. What are we all on? H? I?
G?
G.
Yeah.
G.
And I know it's going to take some time, so I'll shut up for a bit.
Okay, fair enough. Meanwhile, on deck G, I'm going to shift ping. The four of you, and that includes Navarre, have heard this quite fearsome sounding screech that has resonated throughout the entire deck. And now there is nothing but a vast silence, which is quite disturbing.
The Koshka is upset.
The cat. Yeah, let's talk about the cat for a second. So the cat looks up at you with these big yellow eyes, and you can see it has a tag around its neck, and the tag says Adrien. And, Mike, what is the cat feeling right now?
The cat is, you see that Adrian's fur is kind of standing on end, straight up, almost like porcupine all around. Adrian feels terrified. Not sure. Adrian wants to stand by the humans, not only for protection, but also to protect. And Adrian's confused. Adrian's not sure what's going on.
Okay.
Drabikowski will sort of kneel down next to Adrien, to the cat, and say, "What is it, little Koshka? What do you see?" And I'm gonna look around and try to figure out what has upset the cat, because thus far the cat has had good instincts when shit's about to go sideways.
Definitely.
So I'm looking around and trying to see what the cat noticed.
Yeah, make an observation roll then, please.
Alrighty. Observation.
Nice.
3 successes and panic.
Cool.
Great. Let's see what happened.
All right. You look around. You look
Do
down.
I need to roll my panic first?
Actually, good point. Go ahead and roll your panic. Okay.
Drop something.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't negate the success, but
Nope.
you do drop an item. Perhaps like you swivel around because you hear the sound of a clunk on the deck to your south, and as you do so, let's see what can I.
And my stress goes up by 1.
Your stress does, in fact, go up by 1. Let's see what can I take from Sezja Drabikowski. Sezja, I would say your PDAT,
All right.
which was attached to perhaps like your belt or something like that. When you swivel around very fast, the PDAT slams into the wall, and now there's a big crack through the screen. It's unusable at this point.
Yes.
So
And now I'm looking. So I
you
curse
look.
to myself and when I see that, but then go back to looking.
Absolutely. You look down the hallway, and now you see what it is that made this clunk sound. Because there's another clunk, clunk, clunk. And as it comes into the light, you see it. It's about the size of a mountain lion.
Oh, Jesus.
It's, in a way, has that same feline grace. It has a large, ovoid, almost tapered head, has no discernible eyes, nose, mouth, or anything. It's just like a single, sleek cranium, which is attached to a black bio-organic slash almost biomechanical body with ribs that sort of meld into hoses and arms which are laced with some kind of vents. I'm going to give you a picture, but I don't think it really does it justice. Let's see. Handouts.
I have 2 stunts, which I will use one at a time, depending on what the first answer is.
Okay, hold up for 1 second. Here we go. It as you watch it come closer to you, it itself opens its mouth in the same way that the smaller version of it that you didn't obviously have a chance to see up on deck C does as well, and it opens its mouth to reveal a rows and rows of needle-like teeth, and it sort of just soundlessly just hisses with mucus sort of funneling out of its mouth, and this is what it looks like.
Ooh, that is creepy looking.
It's got a religious title too.
It does have a
Deacon.
religious title. It is called a deacon. Let's just call it a deacon for all intents and purposes here on out.
All right, so looking at this thing, I would like to use my first stunt to determine, is it coming for me? Is it being aggressive? Is it about to attack me?
So it's funny enough, it doesn't seem like it seems like it's more like it would pounce if it could, but it seems like it's being held back by something. You don't know what. I'm gonna put its token on the layer here. It's about, I don't know, 40 or 50 feet from you.
All right, and then eeny, meeny, miny. Are there more of them close by?
Great question. You sort of strain your eyes to see, and yeah, in the back, you almost didn't notice, but because the way that the ship walls have sort of hoses and vents, the way that it's constructed, it almost camouflages itself and its 3 others in that same hallway that seem to crawl along that hallway and then just stop 50 feet from you. There are 4 of these creatures in the hallway.
Can we all see them?
Very calmly, I'm going to look down and say, "It's okay, little Koshka. Stay with us."
There is a
And then I'm going to...
There is a
Sorry, go
real...
ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. There is a really cool handout, which is actually art. So I'm going to show it to you as well. This is the
Nice.
Also, I love that when you're talking to the cat, there are cats behind you.
Yeah.
Are there?
I am surrounded by
keep seeing
Koshkas. Yes, there are Koshkas everywhere in this house.
So in the dim light of this
Yeah.
hallway, you can see the outlines of at least 4 of these creatures.
All right, I'm going to stand up very slowly and say very quietly and calmly to the 2 with me, "Do not move quickly. There is a creature. Well, there are creatures down the hallway. They are not like the flesh man. They are almost mechanical, but while they are frightening, they do not look like they wish to attack. So perhaps if we do not behave aggressively, they will not."
Can I clarify something real quick, Matt?
Yeah,
Did we
yeah,
make-
absolutely.
Have they noticed us Has the cat made eye contact with any of them?
So I think the cat sensed them before any of the humans did. Something innate. You heard this howl of something clearly not cat, not human, not anything, that resonated throughout the ship. And it takes a lot to scare a cat that it doesn't just bound away. But you felt that you needed to stay with these humans. There was something that you felt, like you said, that you need to protect them and they could protect you. But as these things come out of the darkness into the light, hell, man, you better not have your 9th life taken up. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Drabikowski. Oh, sorry.
No, go. You first. Go ahead.
I'm going to just take a very cautious step forward. Just walk and see what it does.
Okay. You walk forward towards this creature that we're going to call a deacon, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You do so. And something else steps out of the shadows that you were not able to see. Even with your ability to see these 3 other creatures.
Even with 3 observations.
That is correct. It's like it steps out of the wall. Like it was part of the station. And just forms there. Not physically like from the station, but just steps out of the shadows. Like it was part of the shadows. But when you see it, you realize that it is definitely not part of the shadows, because the visage that you see before you is a sort of infinitely grotesque and at the same time beautiful being. It is immensely tall. It's perhaps 8 feet tall. And it has aspects of it that look similar to these deacon alien creatures, but at the same time, you look and you see a somewhat semi-humanoid looking face. Its eyes are pools of the deepest blackness. And it has what seems to be a human face that's sort of melded into this alien creature's carapace. And it stands in front of you. I'm going to give you yet another handout. This one, I think you might recognize the name.
Yes. Ooh.
There you go. That is what you see. It is genderless. It is ageless, and it just stands there between you and the rest of the ship and these other creatures, which it seems to hold at bay just by its very presence. First of all, just seeing this creature is enough to increase your stress level, I think, folks.
Great.
So bring your stress level up by 1.
Oh boy.
Even the cat, right? Even me.
The cats get stressed? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Cats are always stressed, honey.
Unless they're asleep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Once you step towards these deacon creatures and this thing steps out, we're gonna call this thing a perfected.
Mm-hmm. Does it have a token? Because I don't see
It does have a token. Let me bring it onto the stage, so to speak. Here we go. Too much stuff on the screen here. There's your token.
Ejiri, as the perfected comes out of the wall, just glances down at his CBRN kit's Geiger counter.
You look down at the Geiger counter as this creature comes towards you. You don't see that the Geiger counter ticks forward too much until it gets to about 30 feet of you, and then the CBRN kit starts to go tick, 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 tick. It is radiating some kind of internal, pretty, I wouldn't say super strong, but radiation for sure.
Hearing the I'm assuming I can hear the ticking from where I'm standing, since
Sure.
I'm right next to Ejiri.
Yes.
Drabikowski will sort of, or I'll put my hands up and say, wait, you might hurt us.
Okay. You speak this to this creature.
I'd say this, it's got a human face. She's going to try talking to it.
Okay, fair. Although there is no response verbally from this creature, the four of you, Navar, Drabikowski, Noor, Sajaad, and Tetsu Ejiri, you all, as you say these words, find your head ringing with absolute and intense pain, almost like a static pulse has just washed through your ears and into your mind. You double over as you just find that something has pierced the very veil of your psyche. Images flood your minds. Images of grotesque, morbid, putrescence, a flesh and metal tree twisting in a surreal landscape, its bark made out of 1,000 writhing faces. Blue sky fading to white. Black vines digging in gray soil, birthing a ribbed landscape of swelling bronchi and pulsing aortas. This image of the tree remains, however, and it begins to grow ripe, and then immediately rots into just intense decay. Pollen explodes in bursts in your mind everywhere, choking off life on this plane of existence, mutating entire forests. And the surface, as you now see it, of this planet becomes a crisscross of wiggling and intensely organically alive tree limbs, grasping and closing off the sky above them. You view out at a further distance, and the world explodes. Spiked limbs reach out through the vastness of space and impale whole other worlds, starting this process anew all over again and again and again and again. And then finally, in your mind, a broken code, if you could call it that, a genetic code, appears, and you know it for certain, that it is incomplete. One of you does know it, though. The 26 Draconis strain. Which one of you? It doesn't matter. Now you all know it. And you are aware of this as a wave of forest implanted by this strain of alien DNA rolls over this new world and then bears down on you as if you were witnessing it from a first-person perspective. You then see a hand extend from the vastness of space. This hand is human but not. It has 5 fingers, but they are coated in a vast gray mucus and are plated with ridged spines. It is the hand of this creature, the perfected. You give this formula to it. When you do, the wave of life strikes, but grows around you instead of through you. The message that this creature is psionically imparting to you is clear. Give the 26 Draconis formula in its purest form to the perfected and be spared. Do not and die. It is at that point that the four of you recoil from this intense psionic event, shall we say, and this creature stares down at you with black eyes, awaiting some form of a response.
Question: was Birger our biologist?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, he was a xenobiologist.
So,
Uh,
I don't remember. I don't know, Mike, if you still have the character sheet. I think you still do.
I think it was xenoanthropologist.
Xenoanthropologist?
Yeah. I have it right here. Hold on. Was I? I'd have to find it. I don't want to
All good. All good.
play the game.
Speaking of delay of game, sorry that I didn't give it.
Xenobiotechnologist.
Biotechnologist. Would have been useful. That said, thank you very much, Red Platinum, for giving 10 Tier 1 subs to our community. I'm sure they appreciate it. Okay. However, it is worthwhile stating that our friend Navarre, Hector Navarre, is in fact a he is a where is he? Hector
he's back on the ship, right?
No, he's behind you. He's with you
He's
guys.
with us.
Yeah. Oh, right.
He's a
right,
he is
guy.
yeah, he's the biochemical engineer.
That's
actually.
Right. I forgot he was there because I can't see him on the map right
Oh,
now.
let me pull him out. Sorry. Yeah, he's stuck behind some kind of bullshit.
He's in shadows.
He is.
Hedenström hated him. Who's laughing now?
There he
The
is.
bar also comes out of the wall as
There
though
you go.
being part of the station.
Exactly. Hector Navarre was also part of the wall. You get the feeling that after this event, you could potentially even converse with it more if you wanted to, because it seems to be in a sort of bargaining mood or bargaining state of being. But it definitely has stated what it wants you to do.
Drabikowski will turn to Navarre and say, "Can you finish what Clerk began?"
I don't know. I don't think that this thing wants to create the same thing that Clerk was doing. Clerk was creating a necrotic virus. The virus is not what this thing wants. This thing wants the 26 Draconis in its purest form, not some sort of amalgam or serum.
Do you have that, or is it something we need to find?
I do not know. I assume it is something that we do not have.
I will look to the creature and say, "We do not have what you seek at this time, but that does not mean we cannot obtain it. You are clearly a powerful creature. How is it you cannot obtain this for yourself?"
It points a all too familiar, in an all too familiar gesture, with a single finger at you, Drabikowski. And then, as it does so, it is only you that has this flood of image in your mind, images of, strangely enough, a rib cage, like you're seeing it in the midst of a surgical examination, but clearly not. But this rib cage opens like a flower, and as it does so, you are drawn, as if pulled into its confines. And inside this ribcage, you see a beating heart, except it is black. It is black and coated with some kind of viscous material, and it is still beating. And then the image fades.
I see. Then it appears you need us. If you cannot do this alone. What you request cannot be done here. We would require greater facilities than this station.
It sort of tilts its head, as if trying to understand what it is that you are asking it to do.
We need time and to leave this place alive. The others here cannot help you. They are prisoners. And just knowing that this thing converses sort of in images, I'll close my eyes and point at my head and then sort of picture the inside of a prison and the types of people who are there, in the hopes that maybe somehow this creature can see thoughts as well as putting them in my head. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it's worth a shot.
Okay. Well, you do this. Its response this time, since you mentioned that you need to leave. You need to leave in order to actually make this occur.
Mm-hmm.
Is you now see an image in all of your heads. You see an image of the Ablassen black hole pulling the station into its center of mass, into its event horizon, and the station ripping itself apart.
Yes, we know. We need to repair our ship and be gone if we are to help you. There is no other way. If you let us die here, your hopes die with us.
When you mention the ship, and this is sort of the last image that you get before, well, something, but you mention your ship, and the creature takes one step towards you and just holds out a hand, almost as if to sort of like move towards your face, and just sort of like almost just moving around its shape. And then all of you get this image of the ship itself leaving the confines of the black hole. And then within the ship, the four of you sitting, perhaps preparing yourself for hypersleep, and clustered around the interior of your ship are all of these fleshy vines everywhere.
You want us to take you with us?
It just stares at you.
That is how we survive. That is how we survive. I do not wish to die here.
It looks past you, Drabikowski, to Noor and Ejiri and
I was going to say I
Navar.
would kind of say that and then look over my shoulders at the others and be like, "Do you?"
It's they say that we help them find the strain, give it to them. We'll be protected from this. Just vaguely gestures at the station. If that's how we survive, then so be it. And well, the company wanted something, didn't they?
They certainly did.
I don't care what they want anymore, as long as we get out if you're alive.
Navar grumbles and says something under his breath.
I think this is more than they bargained for. On many levels.
I think, Ejiri, after you say this sort of epithet about the company, it is then that you find like something in your ears is causing your hearing to sort of dampen a little bit. I'm going to give you a card.
Ejiri's getting all the story cards over here.
I was meaning to ask you, Matt, is the first story card, has it increased in intensity
Well, it's a great question.
with the arrival of this creature, with this entity?
I would say it definitely feels like it may have. Yeah. Let me just give this out to you, and then I think you may understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one sec.
Maeve, can't hear you.
Maeve's on mute.
Still not.
No, Maeve, not you, Mike.
No, I'm saying Maeve, we still can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to give this card while Maeve fixes her volume to you, Ejiri. There you go.
Okay.
There's your story card.
Oh boy.
Maeve, just FYI, your mute light is on, so then maybe that's the reason why. Oh, she's working on it. Cool.
Yep.
So, first of all, Matt,
Yeah.
I can't gain any more stress.
No, you cannot. That's totally fine.
Okay.
That's correct. You can Discord. You can disconnect from Discord and then come on back. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of understanding as to what this creature's presence has done to you, Ejiri, specifically.
Let's see. The main concourse would be.
You're looking for where the main concourse would be?
Yeah, that's deck G.
Hey, you're on deck G.
Somewhere here. Which is. Oh,
Is that better?
That's better.
Yay, we can hear you.
Hello.
I keep trying to say things and
We were
I
totally
just-
ignoring you. We
I
just
didn't-
wanted you to
I-
reconnect to Discord.
I didn't have the full Zoom
Oh.
screen up. I was looking at the map, so I could only see Matt. So if I'd seen your face, I would have said
Oh.
something earlier.
Okay.
no, it's okay. I didn't know. Okay.
So, Ejiri, you have that card. Take it for what you will. If you want to, give it a think. Let's give Noor Sajaad a little time to perhaps.
A little airtime, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So one of the things I saw was the serum samples for the 2030 Canis saying it needed a missing living sample.
That is correct.
Do I have that data on me?
I mean, you guys got the data from Daughter. when you were doing your snooping around.
And it is all currently being transmitted onto our ship.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other question?
So we need to find the living sample, right?
That is seemingly what is needed for this necrotic virus, yeah.
And did I perceive anything that was going through everyone else's head? You kept saying 4, so I assume not, but I just want to confirm.
Yeah, the 4 are Drabikowski, Sajaad, Ejiri,
The
and
humans.
Noor, yeah.
Cool.
I don't think it really considers you as part of the group. No offense, Adrien.
Probably doesn't even see me. Yeah.
You're a mascot.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Adrien is much more than just a mascot. You just wait. You just wait to see what Adrien can do.
I'm excited.
Do I have a is there a personal agenda for Adrien?
I wish there was there's no personal act agenda, but there is an agenda for Adrien. If you take a look in the character sheet, look in the top left-hand corner, you'll see the agenda for Adrien.
Got it. All right.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna sort of look at this creature and say, where is it that you come from? How did you get here?
It's actually sort of on the way back down the hallway when you say this to it. And it stops, the sort of clicking of its chitinous feet halts on the metallic floor. And then it just turns in your direction again. And you see this image of these brilliant orange firefly-like lights emanating from a plasma field within and around the black hole outside. And you see that these objects move in almost like swarms, like they are alive. They move with purpose, they move with intent. And they suffuse themselves into objects. You see them moving through stone, through rock, through metal. And then you see these creatures, I guess you could call them, passing through a ship, a small ship. It's perhaps the size of a lifeboat. And then the ship begins to glow with that same orange light. And then the vision ends. And the creature strides away into the darkness.
Was the ship I saw in the vision the Chiron?
You have not seen the Chiron before.
Oh, I don't know what it looks like?
You don't. You simply know
Okay.
what it was. You see that the Chiron was mentioned in several logs, that it was a
The
sign
Chiron was part of the
Cronus.
of the Cronus, yeah. But I wouldn't
Correct.
know like what that kind of science ship that it was looks like.
No. This was
Okay.
72 years ago, so you don't have any record of what that ship
Okay.
would have been like.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a standard model that all looks the same. Like there's like it was a standard class or something. Okay,
That's
cool.
correct. Yeah, no, it's not.
And did only I see that, or did everybody see that?
I think everybody did.
Okay. And then
Except for me, right?
That's right. You're not there personally, so you would not
And then
see that stuff.
one more
Yep.
clarifying question.
Sure.
When we saw the vision of the ship leaving, we saw it flying out of the black hole as though it had been sucked in with the station and then flew back out again.
So when it showed you moving out, potentially home, your own ship, it was leaving the confines of Erebos Station, which was slowly being
Okay.
pulled back into the black hole, as if
Okay, I
you
wanted
had
to-
escaped already.
Okay, I wanted to make sure it wasn't saying we needed to let ourselves crash into the black hole and then fly out. Okay, no, it just
No.
showed us escaping.
I
Okay,
think that the intent is clear, which is
yeah, go and take me with you.
take me with you.
Okay, very good.
But the only
Wait.
way you're going to get off this fucking station
As if we take.
is
it
if
with us.
Can-
you take it with you.
Yeah.
Can we ask this creature for help finding the ship we need, though?
I think
Would it know?
it gave Drabikowski an image, this image of a pulsing black heart within a rib cage of some kind of stony material. And I think you guys are smart enough to figure out what that means.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my question was more of, can it help us find the materials we need to fix our fucking shit?
Oh, it doesn't give a fuck about you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Worth an ask.
Yeah, it's not your gopher.
As it walks away, I am going to, without turning, because I'm just watching it go, say to the others, I think that used to be a member of the Chiron crew. And as much as I don't want to go anywhere near that ship, I think we might need to have a look.
It just
I
be
don't-
down the hall.
I think it's at that point that you hear Lark's voice coming up over comms. Hedenström. Problem. Go ahead.
Lark, what was that? What about Hedenström? Is his stomach better?
It is in fact not better. It may have gotten worse. Also, there is something else on this station.
Yes, there most certainly is.
It looks somewhat biomechanical. It is walking on the outside of the station without any protective gear. It seems intelligent. Also, there's a smaller one that exploded out of Hedenström's stomach. He is no longer with us. I find myself angry about this.
Something exploded from Hedenström's stomach? What?
A creature similar to the one walking outside the station, possibly in your direction. Large,
Where?
black carapace.
Where is the creature that exploded from Hedenström?
It slithered between levels. It's fast. I couldn't pin it down. I am
That is-
returning to you now. Have you found any of the materials we require?
We were waylaid by. It is best if you just come and we will explain. If you see some large, strange creatures, I don't think they will hurt you. Do not engage, just come and find us. Not the strange flesh man, something else.
Lark doesn't reply. Lark just
Yep.
starts trying to book it faster.
Totally fine. Lark, where do you head, Lark?
Lark is going to come all the way down to G again, I think.
Okay.
You know what? No, wait. I take it back. No, I take. I lied.
Go ahead.
I am
Hmm?
I am almost to deck D. Should I try and get thruster coils whilst I'm here?
Once we remove the thruster coils, there is a good chance that this station will crash into the black hole faster. I think we should get them last.
Remember that the thruster coils are on the outside of the
Oh,
station.
yeah.
Also, that we need an EVA pod. First, we should get the power cells.
Understood. Heading to deck I.
All right.
Book
So-
it to I.
Lark, you're going to go all the way down the chute to deck I. Okay.
Yep.
As Lark says that, I'll say, very good. I think we are going to examine what is left of the Chiron. I am not standing still while you do this. I am going to examine the remains of the Chiron. I don't know about the others.
Do be careful.
The Chiron is
I
on
will.
deck G, yes?
Yes, which is, I believe, where we are as well, so it must be nearby.
Let's go.
Okay. So let's stick with the quartet, so to speak. Lark, we know where you're headed, so we don't have to concentrate too much on your travails. Although I will ask the four of you, which includes Navarre and of course the cat. In fact, you know what? Let's put Navarre off to the side. When I say the four of you, I mean the four of you, including Adrien. Navarre is an NPC at this point, so gives a fuck about that guy. Where do you guys want to go? It looks like you guys have one direction in mind, which is toward the south.
Just as a reminder, this corridor was also heavily radiated, right?
Yeah, we need to get through the causeway quickly because it's full of radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys are just gonna book it right through the causeway.
Yep,
Cool.
accurate.
Yeah, as you run through the causeway, you are indeed bombarded with radiation. Just like your whole Geiger counter just springs to life and just shoots its needle through the roof. So you will all take one additional rad, and please make a stamina roll to see if you take damage. I believe that's the way it works. I'll have to take a look at. I think actually, as you take a rad, you take damage, I believe. And then when you leave the area of rad, strong radiation, you don't get your damage back, but you get the rad. The rad goes down. Let me just.
Rads go down over a certain period of time, so the one rad we already had is probably gone from being where we were for so long.
Well,
How long does it take? I don't remember.
it depends on the amount of radiation, honestly.
Okay.
So let's just see here.
We don't get any kind of bonuses for the suit we're right?
No, because you don't have an anti-radiation suit. If you remember, your Evo suit is just a space suit. It's not an anti-radiation suit. So go ahead.
Weak is 1 per shift. Strong is 1 per turn. Extreme is 1 per round.
Yeah, this is strong radiation.
Every time you gain a radiation point, you must roll a number of dice equal to your current number of accumulated rads. For
Right.
every success on the roll, you take a point of damage.
Okay, so it's not stamina. It's just how
You roll as
however many
many
rads
base
you have.
die. You roll as many base die as you have,
Rats.
and
So-
then
so
then
don't look at
Yeah, stamina.
No,
Don't worry about it.
roll-
It's totally fine.
Then after you leave the irradiated area, you heal 1 rad per shift.
One rad, but not one damage.
No, but you only take damage if you roll
Correct. Exactly.
successes on. So, for example, I currently have 2 rads,
Oof.
so I roll 2d6.
Okay.
I have 1 rad, so I roll 1, right?
That's correct.
And
You
you
got-
rolled for radiation. That made more sense. I did roll a 6, so I will take my point of damage.
You take
on
1
that
point of
2d6.
damage, and then you get a point of stress as well from your own damage. Unfortunately,
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm sorry. It's just the way it works.
Hmm.
All right,
Like-
well, I'm going to move myself to the other side of the causeway because I did the thing.
Cool.
So I had no successes, so no damage, right?
That is fair. Yes. No successes. No damage.
And I got trapped in a fucking door again.
No worries,
I
I
got
got
out.
you.
Okay. I got out.
Yay! All
I
right.
think this means no successes is
That
actually
radiation, yeah, you wouldn't have rolled that many dice. I don't know why you rolled that many dice.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
I think-
dice.
I think it like thought I was rolling stress or something.
I don't know why.
Weird.
It doesn't matter. It's totally fine. All right, so as you guys wander through the hallways, you are affected by this radiation, and now this is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, which we're going to play Who Gets the NDDs, because that's
Oh,
what's
dear.
happening. The way that NDDs work, and by the way, chat, if you want to spend a whole lot of points, like 8,500 points, you could just plaster these folks with NDDs because it's just fun in the sun. NDDs are neural distortion disorders, which we're going to remind our fine folks as to what happens with neural distortion disorders. With neural distortion disorders, I will roll a on the table. Actually, there's a table here in Roll20, which if I roll on it, it will in fact. Yes, it will in fact give a certain trait to those who get affected by NDDs, and you guys will have to role play them. I have to double check and see how long those last, though, because Jesus, some of them are messed up. Here we go. NDDs. Yes, neurological distortion disorders. Luckily, you have some anti-NDD drugs, from what I remember, that you guys got. Chill X, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the way it works is I roll a d6 for every PC to see what impact this NDD suffers. Or the impact that's the PC suffer by the NDDs. For each time that the NDDs go rolled, however, that's a +1. And then the next time, another +1, cumulative, over and over and over, so that eventually the NDDs...
Bad shit's gonna happen to everybody.
Bad stuff happens, and it will start to unravel your minds. And then I get to hand you a story card.
You roll a d6 to see whether or not it affects us, or it automatically affects us, and the d6 just tells us how bad.
So I roll a d6, and then depending on what I get on that d6, plus the 1 or plus the 2 or plus the 3, whatever it is, it gets to determine if there is an effect or if there's no effect.
Okay, got ya.
So
It's Russian roulette.
Here we go.
Okay.
That's a 5. No effect yet.
Okay.
But the next time it will be a
Enjoying
6.
this way too much.
And it will actually not be a 6. It will be whatever it is +1, and then +2.
Okay,
+3,
I see.
and then +4, etc., etc., etc. Hopefully, you guys all get that.
I think
Does
I
it
understand now.
reset?
So you only roll one d6.
I roll a
but there's
d6,
just always, there's
but
just
there's always an
gonna be
additional cumulative
an addition
modifier
of- Gotcha, and it's just one for the whole group.
for everybody in the group, not just this person gets this person, this person
It
gets
doesn't
this.
reset when we hit a 6
Mm-mm.
to a new player. Everybody gets affected at all times.
Everybody gets affected.
This is
Oh,
this
so
is
we-
napalm the party. This is not.
So we all
individual
go
Russian
crazy at the
roulette.
same time, not just one person going crazy. Got
Well,
it.
let me check the actual rules if it indeed says individual people or the party. Let's
We're
see.
all in this together.
Indeed. It says triggering an acute psychological defect, effect. Sorry. Roll a d6 on the NTT table for each PC. Oh, so I get to roll it 4 times.
Yeah, it's roulette.
Who was that?
Okay.
So who was that?
So that was for. I'll call it for you, Drabikowski, since you went first.
Okay.
Okay. Second person is Ejiri. No effect for Ejiri. Navarre. No effect for Navarre. The cat.
Oh,
No, nothing for the cat. And finally, Sajaad. Nothing for Sajaad.
you're not adding +1s to everyone?
Well, I don't do it every
No, that
single
starts
time.
next round.
It starts the
Oh,
next time that I
okay.
roll for
Next time it
NDDs.
happens.
Exactly.
This is what encourages chat to continue contributing 85,000 at a time.
8,500. Don't go crazy. We're not doing
Sorry.
85,000.
85,000.
I mean,
85.
chat.
I'm still on collecting
Million
box tops
points!
for a Commodore 64.
Amazing. So hopefully, chat, you got all that bullshit, and you'll just start throwing your points in our players' directions. If you don't have points, it's because you used too many points before to give other people stuff that you shouldn't have given to them. So don't feel anything but
I
guilt
could
for
really
that.
use a new PDAT if anyone wants to give me some random gear.
Chances are high.
Mama needs a new space helmet.
All right, so you guys make it through the corridor. It is at that point in time, as you make it down to sort of where the chute is, down by the central area of Deck G, that you just feel this enormous lurch. The whole the whole station just lurches to one side. I'd like all of you to make mobility rolls, please.
Oh boy. Do I?
And that includes
Does that
you,
also-
Lark. Yes.
I was gonna say,
Actually,
yeah, because I'm technically in the
you're in the
chute
chute.
right now.
You're in the chute, but you're not
So-
undergoing. But in the chute, there's no gravity, so I don't think it would
That's
actually
why I was
affect you. It doesn't affect
Okay.
you, Lark, but it affects.
Oh my god, amazeballs.
That's a lot of successes.
You're subway surfing over there, Sarah.
Well,
Yeah, and the fact that I didn't roll any stress is what I'm
Yeah.
amazeballing on that. I'm gonna bank those 2 successes for later.
The cat, of course, rolls an amazing 1 success on their mobility.
My mobility is lit. That's crazy.
For real. I mean, you're a cat. What do you expect?
Makes sense.
Noor, you got 4 successes in a
I
panic.
did amazing,
Oh,
and then I
the cat-
froze.
And
The
The cat
then
is rolling to GM lair. I can't see it.
the cat is rolling to the
Yeah.
DM layer.
Oh,
I can't see the cat rolls.
Oh
It's
no!
rolling.
Hold on. Let me change that. It could be the reason why.
I
Where
don't
is
think I said it that way.
Great, 3 successes, and I can't help but panic.
let me where
Oh shit!
I'm just gonna move you guys down here just a bit. Where did you go, cat?
Oh no.
No! Oh, okay. No, you're way up here. Here, let me bring you down. You're here.
Oh god damn it, Sajaad, you also made our stress level go up.
I did. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Cat, can you move?
Like my token, you mean?
Yeah, you move your token, Betty.
My map still doesn't work. It's never worked.
Oh
I'm
my
on,
god.
like
Oh,
my
the
map
game
doesn't-
did. I think the game did it for
Hold
us.
on, you
'cause
know what?
Now I'm up to 9.
I'm gonna
I
give you
wasn't.
vision. I'm gonna give you vision.
I think it did too. Yeah. 'Cause-
There we go. To see if that
Oh,
works.
there we go.
Hey, you got vision.
I see it now.
Hooray. I gave you vision. And
Now
now
where am I? Oh, there I am.
I'm gonna
Okay,
shift
here I
ping you,
come.
cat. Here comes the
I'm
cat.
coming.
Hell
They're
yeah.
coming. Meow.
Meow,
Matt,
meow.
I am
Let's do that catwalk.
Nice.
Mm,
Yes,
Oh,
Lark.
the
Go ahead.
little Koshka.
I am door bound on C.
Okay, I will fix you in a second. Let me just get
Thank you.
the details of this character, who should be rolling non-GM style, fixed immediatement. So you are a character.
Come on, baby, let's roll non-GM style.
Meanwhile,
know
Ejiri is
what that
passed out on
means.
the floor.
Exactly right.
I mean, to be
Um,
fair, with 2 cards and Jonathan's reaction, I think that makes sense. Whatever's going on those cards.
Dunno, man. Dunno.
I don't know why your guy is rolling only on the GM layer. I guess we'll have to fix it. Oh wait, hold on. I think I know why.
Oh, here we go.
There's
I
a
whisper to
button on your
GM
character sheet.
never. I got it.
There you go.
Character type, character. Whisper to GM never. Never. You're
There you
never
go.
going to whisper to me. Never. All right. So we're good.
Ever.
We're good. All right. So mobility wise, did anybody fuck up?
Never is a long
Well, one of us went catatonic. And
What?
Yep.
Ejiri's
Stressed
catatonic.
out.
Oh,
I froze
no.
after my 4 successes. So
Bad
It made all of our stress levels go up. Thank you very much.
Oh no. Oh God. So Ejiri, I guess what happens is as the whole station lurches, you are thrown violently against the station wall, and your head hits the bulk head, boom, and you just collapse
Yep.
to the ground.
Mm-hmm. I'm just slumped against the wall.
And then as for Noor, I guess you seeing this just absolutely freeze with shock.
was this before or after the jolts?
When I'm sorry, after what?
Was this before or after the jolts? Did I also get jostled? Is what I'm asking.
No, you didn't get jostled. You stayed exactly where you were. You were able to hold on to your position. But as you watched, Tetsu hit the wall and then just slumped to the ground. You freeze with panic. So your stress level goes up, and everybody else's stress level goes up too.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, as you all see it going down the hall, you probably saw Dr. Ejiri going with a sort of panic or like urgency to get over to where we were going, the Chiron.
Let me make.
And I think in its haste,
Oh yeah.
just did not keep his footing as the station lurched.
I forgot Hector Navarre needs to make an ability check too. Hector makes it with 1 success and 1 panic, but a hell of a lot of stress. God help him.
Jesus.
He's
Was
good.
he giving us?
That is a stressed out NPC.
He seeks cover, so he actually fails the mobility check. So like he flies through the air, he like hits the wall, doesn't take damage, but like sees. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, he sees Tetsu just fall to the ground, completely unconscious, like and he just runs to the next room, like to the assembly hall, and you don't see him anymore. He runs out, and you don't see him.
Drabikowski sort of looks at Ejiri on the floor and then looks at Sajaad and says, Sajaad, stay with the doctor until he wakes up. You are not a scientist. You do not need to look at the ship. Call me when he is awake and come find me. And then I'm gonna keep going. Ah, stuck in the door again. God damn it. There we go. I got out. So there's a big door and a little door.
Yeah, the little door just means it's open. It's just the way it's.
No, it's not. It's closed. This one down here is closed.
That one is closed. Oh, I thought you were talking about a different door. Sorry.
No, there's a big door and a little door. From the maps and everything that we've looked at, do I know which way I need to go to get to where the remnants of this ship are?
To the west.
To the big door. Okay.
That's correct.
I will open the big door.
No, that's the east.
Oh, God damn it. To the west.
Sorry.
I have it tattooed on my feet for a reason.
No worries.
Okay.
Okay. So you
Now
see.
which way?
So you look to your north, and you see a door that says airlock, personal airlock 10.
Okay. And to the south?
To the south, you see another door that says personnel airlock 11.
Okay, so that's not where I need to go. This is where we came through in the beginning, yeah?
No, actually, I don't believe so. You didn't come through on deck G.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The doors are open, which just made me feel like we'd been through here before, but I guess not.
So
Walking,
You-
trying to find a spaceship.
So you do walk through several hallways. You see that there is, in fact, a ladder that goes up and down here, as well as a door to your west. I love that all of you have just completely abandoned each other and are just walking through the station by yourselves. It's amazing.
Gotta get shit done, man. Sometimes you gotta split the party.
Yes.
Question: how does the jury look?
Oh God.
I mean, he smashed his head on the bulkhead, so like, is his helmet fucked now? Imagine.
Oh God, I didn't even make you guys roll for air. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, his helmet's smashed.
I'm gonna kind of jostle him, trying to see if I can get him conscious.
Nothing. You need to do a medical aid.
I think with the smashed helmet.
Actually, no, because he's catatonic because of stress. So
Correct, but I think I
that
flavored it
passes in
that
like 50, okay.
I flavored it that when he messed his mobility roll up, that it's not like his stress made him catatonic. He just he was just
Well, I was just asking because as the catatonia being a stress mechanic, he would wake up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would say that if you want him to wake up in less than 10 minutes, that you could make a medical aid roll.
I have a 0 in that.
Hey, ask the cat. Maybe the cat will do it.
I mean, I guess I'll roll. Let's see what
How's
happens.
your empathy?
I have a 1. Oh, wait. Really?
Whoa.
Great.
Oh, must be panic. So
That's a lot of
Glad
panic.
I'm not there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and make. I mean, it could potentially not happen. We'll see. Make your panic roll.
yeah, probably.
10 or more, and it doesn't work. That's a 12. You scream. I think it makes sense, actually. Like, you're like, come on. The cat's just sitting on Ejiri's chest. Like, as you're trying to do some kind of, like, resuscitation, the cat's just staring at him like, when do I get to eat your face?
Oh, that's
So-
true. I should have had the cat come with me. I didn't even think of that. The cat's my buddy.
So, Sajaad, as you're trying to wake up Dr. Ejiri, you just, first of all, the helmet has been cracked, so some of whatever you can actually hear without, like, the comms, so to speak. You just hear Dr. Ejiri muttering, "The drums. They're louder. The drums." And as you're sort of like trying to shake him awake, he's just staring off this, and he just focuses on you for a moment and just reaches up towards your collar and just says, "Do you hear it beating in your chest too?" Just passes out.
Oh,
I imagine that's when I scream.
that works. I love it. Unfortunately, Kat, Adrien, your stress level is increased by 1, but your stress level, Sajaad, goes down by 1.
I know, I'm back down to 5.
Congrats.
Well, somebody screamed, and we're supposed to make a panic roll.
Oh, that's right. Your stress doesn't go up. You just make a panic roll, Kat. Amazing.
Just me.
Just you.
me.
And by the way,
All right.
human panic, cat panic. If we have, let's just say, drop an item for the cat, I don't think that's going to necessarily work that well.
Cough up a hairball.
Nervous twitch. Aren't cats always? Don't they always have nervous twitches?
Yeah.
I want this cat to drop its a power tool or something.
Yeah.
So that's where it's been all this time.
Well,
The maintenance job.
Really fluffy
Hey, man,
cat.
My cats once stole a TV remote for like 7 months. So
Where did it have the TV?
I don't know, because when I finally found it, it was under the couch, but I had literally pulled the couch away from the wall and cleaned everything underneath it like 4 times in the interim, and then it finally appeared again.
So your cats were just fucking with your mind?
They do this all the time. They still have a Fitbit they stole 2 years ago.
Okay, Mike, listen. Acting notes, right? There.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
dropped my Fitbit.
So the cat gets a nervous. This is the sort of rebounding effect. Sajaad screams, her stress goes down. The cat nervously twitches after hearing this human scream, and the stress level of Sajaad goes right back up.
I'm imagining like
I
the
imagine
cat
that
like jumping on my fucking helmet or something.
I imagine the cat's just doing that thing where it's
Like,
it's really still, but its tail is going back and
I
forth
love
like
it.
this, and you're just looking at it like, "What the fuck do you see, cat? What the fuck do you see?"
Yep. 100%.
My eyes got all like slinty, like not like the big wide ones. but
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just
Pupils,
hiss.
It's like
Yeah.
swivel my gun around and I'm just like looking around. I'm like,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's a perfect point as Drabikowski sort of like looks around for her potential next exit. Ejiri is down. Sajaad has screamed and is looking around for enemies to shoot, and the cat stares at Sajaad with ferocious intensity. Then we switch to Lark. Lark is traveling down through the chute to deck I. Lark, you hear the station sort of groan and rumble as your descent from one deck to another progresses, but it doesn't have any effect on your traverse. That said,
Not at all.
Nope. You are in an anti-gravity area, so it's not like you're pushed to one side at all. You just hear the station just groaning. That said, I'm going to move you to, unfortunately, because the maps here are a little bit separated. I'm going to move you to deck I, which is on a secondary map. I guess I'll have to move everybody there as well. But note that you guys are.
You don't have to move us. We just won't be able to see.
Yeah, I want you guys to see what's going on. It's
Okay,
important.
that's cool.
Because I mean, from an audience perspective, otherwise you're just seeing yourself. It's kind of boring. Let's check out and see what's on deck I.
I mapped him.
I. All right, so deck I is at almost
Yep.
bottom of the entire station. So it takes you quite a while to traverse the I don't know, probably half a mile of just downward movement through the station. You see every 500 or 600 feet or so doors that lead to other levels, some of which you've been to, C, G, H, etc. Finally, you arrive on deck I. I'm just going to put your character there. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Player characters. There you are. So, Lark, you're on deck I.
I in over my head.
I for I'm going to kill you all. Here we go.
I was working on a joke about bottoming, so yeah.
Wow. Jeez. Bottoming? Okay.
It's not the first 5 minutes of the channel. It's fine. Don't
It's
worry
fine.
about
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Is that like lobotoming?
No, it really it's really not. All
it.
right.
Go to your
French
APC.
version.
Okay, so
All right.
let me
What am I looking at?
let me just bring you to this map here. Whoop. Hopefully you can see this area here.
Both of you are trying to come up with a joke now.
Oh, I need to give you vision. Sorry, give me 1 second.
It's a race to see who gets the better joke first.
Vision. Turn the vision on.
I'm not going to involve myself in this nonsense.
Cool. Thank you very much, Sarah. There is Lark.
You just
Now,
like to watch?
Lark, As you progress to this level, you finally do, in fact, see doors. I know you probably can't see very much.
Can't see a thing.
No, you can see a certain amount. You can see, like, just in the 5-foot area down to deck I, there are doors to the north and doors to the south that surround this area.
Would I know in any way, shape, or form whether to try the door to the north or door to the south first?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you've done
Great.
either one.
I'm going to try the door to the north first.
Okay. The door.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure. The door opens. Let me just reduce the size of your token here a little bit. And you find yourself in a small, sort of hexagonal corridor that branches out around 4 large plasma sort of coils. They are heat sinks. Let's call them that. Plasma heat sinks. Thermal plasma heat sinks. They are gigantic. They're probably like 50 or 60 feet tall. And you can now see in the corners of each of this circular area, the sort of northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, what you could only assume to be the charging cells. They are sort of like barrel-shaped batteries that are approximately 1 meter or 2 tall.
And these batteries are probably definitively the things I'm looking for?
Yes, I mean, you could say for certain that they are, in fact, the things that you are looking for, the charging cells.
But the 4 that are out are not charged.
You do not know. Actually, you'd have to go over and take a look.
I would like to go over and take a look.
Cool. Which one do you want to go to? The northwest, the southwest? Which one?
Northeast.
Okay, I'll just move you there. So there you go. So in this area, which is where sort of see this sort of little corner of the space there, there is in fact a gauge. You're not quite sure if you could read it or not with the computer equipment that you have. But let's see. Deck I.
Okay.
Yeah. This. Yep. Yeah. So these charging cells seem to be rechargeable here. It would take you about a turn to do it. So 10 minutes.
Great. I take 3 turns and tell them I'm going to try and get. We need 3, so I'm gonna. Actually, can I check the status of the ones that are they already? Are there any plugged in currently, or just 4 paths, 4 sitting doing nothing?
So no, the 4 the 4 charging cells, one in the northeast, one in the southwest, one in the northwest, one in the southwest. They're all plugged in like they are currently charging. So they would be able to be fully charged in about 1 turn.
Great. I'm going to try and set whatever comtech I need to for that so that I can rush do the things, set them all for charging. If I take... let me ask. If I take them out, does it muck with the station's capabilities?
No, because these are mobile charging cells to be used in a variety of tools and or spaceships, actually, to be honest.
These are the Black & Decker little portables.
Yeah, they're automated battery rechargers, essentially, you know?
Just making sure that I understand correctly.
Totally fine.
I'm trying to assume as little as possible. Okay.
Oh,
so yes.
Are you affected by radiation? You're not, because you're an android, correct?
We argued about that.
I know.
I think we rolled me once, but not the other time. Would you like me to roll?
Lark was affected, I do remember.
Okay. The deck is indeed...
Yes, I have a radiation too.
Yeah, so the deck is flooded with weak radiation. So if you spend a turn, or 2, or 3... here, you will be flooded with weak radiation for that amount of time. Now, I think with weak radiation, I think it's a shift. It's a full shift that it really matters. Am I wrong? I think that's what you said, Sarah. Because it's strong as a turn, weak as a shift, I think.
Yeah, weak as a shift, strong as a turn.
Cool.
Okay.
Lark, as you walk from one area of the recharging area to another around these giant thermal plasma heat sinks, I want you to make an observation roll for me.
Obsy. Yeah, no, I'll worry about how heavy they are in a minute. I see it. Deuce.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that the chute goes down to deck J, to the what people would probably consider the engineering control level. And as the chute goes down, you see that there are no more walls of anti-gravity any longer. That indeed, in order for you to get from I to J, you'd have to actually go down the ladder. So you look down towards the floor of the actual level here, above which you currently are standing along these catwalks. You look down, and you see a haphazard pile of probably 20 bodies that litter the deck below you, directly encircling the chute. And you see movement. And there is a creature, no, not one, but two of these ebony-skinned monstrosities, one of which is about twice the size of the one that erupted from Hedenström. It's about the size of a small bear. And it is grabbing bodies and lifting them with ease, moving them to an area of the ship below you. It then, with its clawed hand, presses against a button on the side, which opens a doorway and just throws the body inside. And you see that inside this area, there are even more dead bodies. And the inside of this area is clustered with these pulsing tendrils and vines.
I'm going to quietly turn off my comms so that I don't let them know that I'm here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth roll for me, please. So that would be a... Mobility. See how quiet you can be without being
Any
noticed.
bonuses for distance or...
Nope. No bonuses
Okay.
for distance at this point. Two successes.
That's alrighty.
2 successes. You are pretty quiet.
Can I bank a mobility for later with the other?
So I'll give you a stunt for mobility. The stunt for
Yeah.
mobility is that, which is that you gain 1 success to another PC in the same situation as you. I don't really think that you can do that right now, unfortunately, but you can gain a +1 to a later skill roll relating to this.
My thought is saving it for a later stealth.
Exactly. Or you could just impress someone, that someone potentially being yourself.
I am rather impressed with the way that I've handled this situation.
Indeed.
No. Banking a one for similar rolls later when I need to do sneaky. Okay. Are there any batteries on this level of charging station? There's nothing in any of the 4 charging stations?
No. We talked about this. The 4 charging stations have the 4 batteries in them. They're ready to be charged.
So there's for some reason, I think in the original wording, I thought that there were 4 charging stations with a battery and 4 that may be out around the central core.
Nope, just the 4 charging stations with batteries inside ready to be charged.
Then I would like to stealth and charge at all 4 stations over the course of the next round.
Okay.
So that I can get them up into the anti-grav. And if possible, maybe this is throwing it too far in advance, literally try and set it so that I can sort of, when you're granny bowling, it's a 2 underhand, like, throw bowl.
Yep.
Can I do that into the anti-grav field so that they start to drift up?
Nice.
Now remember, these things are heavy. They are probably...
I know.
They will take I will ask you to make a strength roll for me for each one of them to see if you throw them into the anti-grav successfully.
And that's why I asked permission. You know what? Yes, this is how I do it. Spend a round doing the things, take lesser damage radiation, throw 1, see how bad I fuck it up. If I succeed,
Mhm.
they don't notice anything. If I fail, I've given myself a free decoy. I'm going to try and do all 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just going to own it tonight. Let's
Okay.
go with this
Okay,
shit.
okay.
I love it.
I like it. I
Love
like it. I like it. So we're gonna come back to because yours does take a turn, right? Each one of them, if you're just gonna stealth turn on, stealth turn on, stealth turn on, stealth turn on. So it will take. It won't be like serially, like in parallel. The 4 of them will be charging at the same time. So it will only take 1 turn to charge all 4. Yeah.
Can I use that stealth for all 4, or would you like me to roll again later?
No, I think that you're doing it for all 4. That's fine with me.
Thank you.
Here's a question though for you, Pat. Does Lark have talents? What talents does Lark have?
Well, she's always aspired to be a piccolo player.
Beyond that.
Sorry. Yes. Hold on.
Tell me what her talents are. Top right-hand corner.
It
of
is
your character
just
sheet.
counselor.
Just counselor.
It is, yeah.
Fair enough.
So in this particular instance, no.
Okay.
Not anything talent-wise that'd be useful elsewhere.
That's fine. Thank you very much for that information. I will keep that in the back of my mind. Appreciate it. I think that you can also state that as you're stealthing around looking at this enormous device, or I should say, not device, but these giant tanks, these 250 meter tall tanks, right? That they are storing and processing plasma energy. They are plasma sinks. Remember, this station used to be a plasma trawling station before it was a prison worksite. Still is to some degree. When the plasma from the black hole comes in and is trawled by the outward fins, it gets stored somewhere, and this somewhere is here. You know, instinctively, as an android, that if you were to use explosives on one of these massive tanks, it would, number one, fill the deck with strong radiation, and it would create a plasma fire. This plasma fire, without, of course, anything to stop it, would simply spread from J all the way through the whole rest of the station relatively swiftly, claiming probably the whole station within a matter of hours. Just gonna put that in your pipe. Just put that in your pipe.
Hey, mother, can I make a wits check?
Sure, Lark.
When did we become Team FAFO over here? Like, this is becoming the most FAFO alien game ever.
FAFO it up.
Burn towns get money. Can I, theoretically, make the wits check to determine what the fuse/timer setting would be if I were to charge one of these stations to overload after taking them up through the antigrav?
So you're asking me how long you'd have to wait before getting the hell out of there to blow that thing to Kingdom Come? Yeah, I mean, it would be a turn to charge the things, plus however long it would take for you to throw the darn things up the chute.
I didn't ask what act it was. I said, how long is the fuse?
It's only Act 2. Don't blow the place up yet.
I can write things down for next session. Don't judge me.
That's one way to end the game, I guess.
That's the bad ending. This is the bad ending. We're looking for the good ending.
Our android went rogue and murdered us all. Game over.
Well, there was to be a session 4, but I guess...
Guess we're not the scientists who let the shit hit the fan. It was another group at a different space station.
No.
So did that answer your question?
On the table. I think Lark is more intrigued about the fact that fucker tried to attack her and she ain't got no blood. She's removed some of her completely detached curiosity and is now kind of a fuck you
Did anything try to attack you? I don't think anything actually tried to attack you.
I agree.
It leapt out.
It leapt out. It stepped out. It stepped.
Okay.
I love this. Sorry. Objection. Motion to the defense.
And this is where we learned that Russians are more rational than synthetics.
That's not saying much. All right.
I mean, okay.
So, did that answer your question, Patrick? I'm not sure.
Thank you for the information, Mother.
Yes, you're welcome.
I am going to continue spending my rounds charging the 4 as quietly as possible.
Okay, cool.
And tap me out.
You got it. Lark, we're tapping you out. We're moving
Copy that.
back to our players back on deck G.
GM, Matthew,
Yes, Cat.
how long can you just, I know we went through all of it. Is he taking, how many turns is Lark taking down there?
Lark
To
is
do all
taking
this.
1 turn to charge
turn.
all 4 of those batteries. That's
Okay.
about 10 minutes.
And just to be clear, remind me, talents can be used any number of times per game session, right?
Absolutely, unless it says otherwise.
Okay. I would like to use my purr as we're kind of waiting there for Lark.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I would like to purr.
You'd like to purr.
I would like to purr.
Okay.
So Lark, Adrien, I would say maybe because Adrien was closest to Drabikowski, kind of like circles around Drabikowski's feet and like nuzzles up against her foot and rubs her her nose and side of her face against Drabikowski, and a purring cat can calm one. Good. Sorry.
Sorry, did you go with Drabikowski? Because I thought you were staying with.
Oh, did Drabikowski go too?
Yeah, Drabikowski.
Drabikowski went to.
I didn't go with Lark. I went down the hallway looking for the ship. I told.
You can still use your purr. You can use your purr on either Sajaad or Ejiri.
Or
Yeah,
you
no,
can say
I
you followed
just-
me.
Exactly, or you can say you followed.
Yeah.
I just want to make
I'll
sure
s-
that you knew that.
I would say I follow Drabikowski.
Okay, so you follow
So that was-
Drabikowski. We can retcon that. That's fine. I
We
will.
were kind of buddies
You were
before
right?
you became the cat.
That's right.
That's
Cat
right.
was the kush, my little kushka.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, you go
so
with
what-
Drabikowski.
So Sajid, you actually get back a stress.
You get
Yeah.
back.
That's
Yay.
right, because the cat freaked out, and so Sajaad, you get back 1. That's right.
Oh yay!
And then once per turn, the cat can use manipulation skill to reduce the stress level of PC in short range for each success.
Okay,
So
so
here we go.
let's go purr.
So I'm down to 8.
Well,
I'm.
let's make it happen.
Ooh, I'm down to 7. Nice.
So you purr, that drops 1, and then
Aw.
you use manipulation because that's cats
Drop 2 more.
to drop
Oh, nice.
to drop
For each
2
success, so
for
2 more.
Yeah, so you
you
drop.
Oh, that
three.
takes me.
You lost 3.
Ooh, that takes me down to 6.
That's dope.
Who is the best little kushka? Yeah.
I love
And
this
she
cat.
Starts scratching the kitty under the chin, rubbing her ears.
See, Patrick, you and your fucking bullshit banter talent could never do that, right?
True.
Don't challenge me. Don't challenge me.
That's like, don't toy with me.
I choose to play by the rules of your game, but if you give me a challenge, I might not.
Oh God! Oh God! What have I
The
done?
next thing you know, your NPC is just going to start rubbing up against people because you gave him space madness. But I get to
Wow.
control the space madness.
Wow, I didn't realize the rub up against someone talent could be used, but hey, whatever, it's fine.
Well, I mean, I believe it's listed in the character sheet as creep him out. But
Oh, violation, I think that's called. All right, so that's the cat does what the cat does.
Does the
Drabikowski,
thing.
yeah.
Yes, good little kushka. Scratch, 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 scratch.
So let's go to you, Drabikowski. Now that the cat has joined you,
It's chilled me out a bit, thank God.
yeah, Navarre has disappeared completely.
He will turn up or not. There are other scientists off the station. All right, so I'm in a long hallway. There's a ladder at the end of it, and I
Mhm.
got doors. Are any of
You
them
do.
labeled?
Let's see. I will tell you. Yes, they're all labeled bulk storage.
Interesting. I wonder if there is a better spacesuit in here. I'm gonna open the one right in front of me, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, sure. You open it. They are empty. This one is empty, at least.
Ugh, useless. And I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
They're all empty.
Oh, there is another door. Does this one have label?
This door does have a label. What the fuck, Sarah? This door does have label. Yes, I am not.
I did it! I made you all Russian.
In Soviet
And
Russia, DM.
my-
I don't even know.
nuclear whistle.
I have achieved my agenda. You are all Russian. Yeah.
Yes. I guess I am Boris and you are Natasha. Yes, the door in front of you says starboard hangar deck.
Oh, thank goodness. This is what I was looking for. And I will open the door.
Okay. When you open this door, a much larger space confronts you, shall we say.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is the overwhelmingly large hangar deck here on the main concourse. It's sort of a wing-shaped. It's got sort of a small entry area, and then it balloons out into a larger a larger area. And as you look down into it, you see something very strange, actually. There are anywhere between 12 and 24 dead bodies floating in midair. There are also 3 EVA pods and several drum-sized batteries, the ones that you were attempting to look for, that are also floating in the air. And parked at the end of the deck.
Sorry, go ahead.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm sorry. I'm taking obscure pauses, and I apologize.
It's okay.
Parked at the end of the deck on the left-hand side of it, close to what you probably see is somewhere like in and around here, down at the southwestern portion, is in fact the a very strange thing. It's sort of under it's almost like it's pushed down and being crushed almost under a massive pressure door. A mass of crusted stone, it seems like, but it has tendrils of biomechanical matter rooting it to the deck. And the thing is so goddamn big that it barely fits in the bay.
Little Koshka, if you like gravity, I think you may need to stay here. And I will step into this space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You step into the hangar deck. As you do so, your boots begin to lift up off the ground. You are now floating in free flight. You are no longer attached to the ground at all.
Good thing I got 0G training, baby.
Indeed you do, and it's a good thing that you have that. So you're able to sort of like push off from the wall potentially and use that forward momentum to get where you need to if you want to get to someplace.
That's what I want to do. I want to kick off the wall and get down to the ship.
Okay. Make a mobility roll.
I get a +2.
Sure do.
Three fucking panics after all of that.
Well, it doesn't really matter how many panics you get. One is all you need, but
I know.
go ahead. Okay.
Drop something again. God damn it.
You do drop something again. Okay. I'm going to move, of course, Adrien the cat, who has come with you, to that area. Adrien, you do not have, obviously, either 0G training or anything like that.
But I have good mobility.
But you do have good mobility. That is correct. But you will still be, without any kind of gravity to hold you down.
Yeah,
Sorry. Hold on for 1 second, please.
Yeah.
I think someone's wife saw a bug or a mouse. What do we think?
Yeah, a mouse.
That sounded like a mouse shout. Or a cockroach shout.
Can't hear
We
you, Matt.
didn't know where
It was
the
a
thing from
mouse.
the medbay went.
It was a
It
mouse.
was. I called it. I was like,
mouse.
somebody's
So
wife saw a
here's what we're
mouse.
gonna do, because I gotta take care of this thing. Who knew? I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this intruder, and we're gonna go to
Going to
break.
There you go.
Perfect time.
What a time! What a time,
Saw
right?
that coming.
So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll go to break. We'll come back in probably like 10 minutes. It probably will take me about that time. All right, so we'll come back in 10 minutes. We got some cool ads for Chepeku and Into the AM. By that time, hopefully we'll come back and everything will be perfectly fine. I promise. So we'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. Who knows what'll happen? Bye. In the realms of imagination, where legends are forged and battles unfold, one name reigns supreme: Chepeku Maps. For those who demand the very best in battle maps, Chepeku is the ultimate destination. Join a thriving community of adventurers who rely on Chepeku's unrivaled creativity and attention to detail. Choose your vision with a range of customizable map variations. Whether you need dark and foreboding, or vibrant and whimsical, Chepeku has it all. And now, brace yourselves for a new frontier. Introducing Chepeku Sci-Fi. Craft your own interstellar tales with maps that adapt to your every whim. Customize interiors, exteriors, and animated backgrounds that truly bring your universe to life. But that's not all. Immerse yourself in Chepeku scenes, cinematic vistas that come alive with stunning visuals and captivating soundtracks. With over 4,000 meticulously crafted maps, Chepeku caters to game masters across all genres. They're not just maps, they're your gateway to limitless storytelling possibilities. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Chepeku's Patreon channels for exclusive access to these incredible resources. Find the links to their Patreons in the show notes here on our YouTube channel. Chepeku Maps. Your adventure starts here. Into the AM, your destination for premium apparel that's all about embracing your unique style and experiencing unparalleled comfort. Into the AM skilled artisans pour their passion into every piece, using only the finest fabrics and eco-friendly inks. Join the ever-growing community of individuals who embrace their passions and showcase their unique style with Into the AM. And guess what? Right now, they're celebrating their end of season with discounts of up to 60% off. Here's the secret to even more savings. Use the code SLICESSWAG at checkout and enjoy an additional 10% off your purchase. It's time to elevate your style, express your passions, and do it all in comfort. Into the AM's got you covered. Visit them online and start your journey today. Well, folks, sometimes you just gotta do things. And that's what was done tonight.
Did you shoot it with a shotgun?
Mike, I really could have used your cat.
I bet.
Tonight.
I bet. Yeah.
I should have just like loaded one of mine on a carrier and driven it up to your place and been like, here's a kitty.
Yeah, I might have to make some kind of emojis of the mouse that deigned to step foot into Shea Gordon tonight, because it was dealt with extreme prejudice. It made Masters seem like nothing. Just
wow.
Yeah, it's
Matt,
it's
did
gone now.
send you a DM in Discord.
Oh, let me take a look.
Just part of the rat race, Matt.
Yeah, part of the.
It was actually two. One was much earlier, and then one
APC, go.
Okay.
was right there at the break.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to make you lose something. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't lose. Let's see. What do you lose?
Hopefully not the cat.
I don't have much. I'm like my flashlight.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just like your flashlight drops. Yeah, absolutely. Flashlight's gone.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, cool.
actually,
Easy peasy.
question about that. She's in zero gravity, right? Like she's floating around. Would it really?
That's true.
matter?
It would technically kind of just float away.
Yeah.
Let's just make it float away into the myriad bodies that are somewhere all over this level.
I don't know why. I keep removing items that I drop, and it hasn't changed my encumbrance. It keeps telling me that I'm carrying
just
more than I'm
recalculate.
carrying.
I feel like the new character sheets are still in progress.
They're a little they're a little glitchy. I can just do it by hand. That's fine.
It's also I'm picky because we had 30 sessions between 2 mods and a full campaign, and I got really used to that layout.
Same, but it's cool. All right. Well, I'm definitely no longer encumbered between dropping 2 items and...
I see you, Jonathan.
We all float out here.
Oh, dear. And then I dropped my balloon. Shit.
Wait, actual question.
Hiya, Birger.
What happens to a helium balloon in zero gravity?
I don't know. It probably does it probably just stays still unless you bop it.
Oh,
Okay.
This is a question. This is a question for space station astronauts. You
Yes.
can do that.
Yes. What is that? What is the question?
What
Yes,
happens
all
to a
the
helium
space
balloon in
station
zero G?
astronauts who watch our channel.
No, but like NASA has shit where you can like ask an astronaut
Yeah.
on the space station a question about being on the space station. What happens to a helium balloon in 0G?
Wait, yeah.
Probably nothing.
Exactly, like
floats
it
there.
doesn't move. It would just like stay there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Same
so
thing
my
that happens
flashlight
to
is
everything
gone.
else.
Yes,
Oh my god.
like a frog.
And I am moving
Okay.
this way.
Cool. So you float, you kick off from the wall, you float through the bodies. Make an observation roll. Did I have you do that already?
No, you did not. So I'll
Please do
now.
that.
Let's not panic again, shall we?
That would be a good idea.
I'm going to use one of my banked plus ones just
Cool.
for shits and giggles.
Go for it.
2 successes and no panic. I'm going to rebank that plus. Well, actually, no. I'm not. Oh, I don't have any bank plus ones. You can't bank them, but that would have been the last one anyway, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
So 2 successes.
Either way. So 2 successes.
Okay.
Tell me what I see, and then I'll tell you what I want my stunt to be.
I will tell you what you see. So one of the corpses looks a little bigger than the others. Add a stress.
Okay. Just because it's big?
Because there's something in it.
Oh dear. Okay. Are there more of them close by?
Not that you can see.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna propel myself away from the big looking corpse.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
And so you saying that the ship I'm looking for is down here?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm gonna like kick off the wall away from the bloaty corpse and come down here to examine the ship.
Okay. Talk about the ship for a bit. What you do notice is a couple things. The ship itself is, like I said, enormous. It's just taking up almost the entire section of the starboard hangar. And it is, you could even sort of like, and looking at it, it's almost like it's breathing. It's like pulsing. It's like the outside of it is moving. And you see sort of cracks in the outside rocky surface of it. And then it sort of distends, extends, and then withdraws.
Weird.
Very weird.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer.
Okay.
And she's going to say under her breath in Russian. I don't know how to say it in Russian, so I'm going to say it in English. Well, aren't you beautiful? I have never seen anything quite like you before. What are you? And I'm an astrophysicist. Does
Yes.
this look like anything? Like, do I recognize anything in like the composition of this that makes it look like a normal asteroid, or is this entire thing something new?
Well, the outside would look like a normal asteroid in terms of its composition, except for the fact that it has these ginormous tendrils of fleshy matter that are extending from it and tethering it to the deck.
How do you do this? Moving closer, are the tendrils simply breaking through the asteroid, or are they actually a part of it?
They seem to be breaking through it.
I want to try to take a sample of the rock.
Sample of the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, the rock is, in most of the parts of it, covered with these fleshy, like vines and tendrils.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be difficult for you to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're going to do that and not touch one of these fleshy vines,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take... I'm going to say it will take either a mobility roll or a medical aid roll. I think
Definitely mobility.
Okay. Works for me.
I want to see something here. I get a +2 to this because I'm in 0G.
Cool.
And I'm going to use one of my blank +1s as well. So I'm going to take a +3.
2 successes,
Two
1
successes,
panic.
1 panic.
Oh boy.
God.
That's
okay.
a lot of stress too.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Wow.
Okay.
Freeze.
Which means that unfortunately you were unable to touch one of these. Well, you were unable to touch the meteor without touching one of these fleshy tendrils.
Or is it just that I freeze on the way to do it?
It's up to you. You choose.
I think that as I'm reaching towards this rock and I see an open space that I'm just like, oh, that I think, all right, yes, there. That is the place that I can. And as I'm reaching, one of the tendrils kind of like next to my hand and I just lock up.
Okay. So you do not get a sample of the
I'm
meteorite.
not going to sample the meteorite.
Adrien, you are watching from your position by the door. What are you doing?
Adrien kind of got the sense that Drabikowski wanted her to stay behind.
Excuse me.
In my head, Adrien kind of like put her front paws up on, I don't know, like a banister rail, like a railing, and looked out. I don't know. I mean, my only option would be to kind of jump out there. Did I see that Drabikowski froze? Did I get a sense that something was wrong?
You saw her reach out her hand with and pull from her belt some, perhaps like a tool or something like that, to try to take a rock sample, and then like her hand just froze in midair.
I panic a little bit for Drabikowski, and I'm going to leap out towards her.
Okay. So make a mobility
like a
roll.
cat would, like real fast and hard towards her.
You're going to make a mobility roll, but because you don't have 0G training, I'm unfortunately going to give you a penalty to it. So I'm going to say a -1.
Okay, 1 sec. I'm trying to... All right, mobility, -1 die. Just do -1.
Just do -1,
Yeah, -1.
What'd I get?
1 success is 2 panics. Go ahead and roll your panic.
Okay.
Still possibilities may not work.
Kitty panic is pretty low. Yeah.
Okay, so you just get a stress, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you do, in fact, succeed on launching yourself out through the 0G towards Drabikowski. So go ahead and place yourself within the starboard hangar deck where you'd like.
Okay. Where your way? I would say it was a straight line all the way out here.
Okay.
If you're okay with that. Yep.
I'm just going to move you off to the side so people can see you.
Absolutely. I imagine that as she's frozen behind her, she just hears.
Okay. So we're going to leave the two of you there for right now, and let's switch back to our friends who are, unfortunately, still kind of in up shit's creek. That is Tetsu, Ejiri, and Noor Sajaad.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How long is Tetsu like this?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that after the amount of time that has occurred between Lark downstairs doing all the battery stuff and Drabikowski doing all the stuff in the hangar bay, I'd say that 10 minutes at least has passed. So by this time, I think Tetsu should be awake by now.
So before Tetsu regains consciousness, after Drabikowski kind of just fucks off and leaves her there, she's gonna wait there for a minute and just being there by herself, like her thoughts just like swimming with everything she's seen. She's very confused, a little scared, a little concerned, be excited by whatever is going on here, she's actually gonna pick Tajiri up and like put him on his shoulders, and she's gonna carry him back down to daughter.
Okay. Carry him back to daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the way back down through the strong radiation as well.
Yeah.
All right. So you're
I
gonna
could leave him there. Or
Yeah,
I could
you could
bring him back.
You can leave him. Sure, you want to leave him where the strong radiation is? I'm just kidding.
No, I'm gonna bring him with me.
No worries. So yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. You're going to incur a rad, and you're going to need to make a rad check.
Okie dokie. So that's 3d6 then.
That is correct. 3d6. Please don't get a 6. You
I
didn't.
didn't.
Fantastic. You don't take damage, but your rad does go up to 3. I'm going to go ahead and say that radiation still affects you when you're unconscious, Mr. Ejiri. So it looks like you're going to have to make a rad check as well.
Yep. Am I looking for 6s or 1s?
6s give you damage.
Oh,
yeah.
1 more damage, and you take a stress even though you're unconscious.
I am at
uh,
maximum
He's
stress.
at max
You're at maximum
already,
stress. Never mind. Jesus.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
yeah, the
in
stress
lots of-
peaked high early in this mod.
Yes, it does. But I'd say that with that, you're able to grab Tetsu and move through the junction point, through the causeway, and down to the junction to bring you down to daughter, if you'd like. So you can move there if you'd like. What do you do once you're there?
I'm trying to get a clearer picture on exactly what I've seen so far.
Mhm.
Trying to understand exactly what the creatures I saw were, if I can. Trying to understand how any of this is connected. I'm not a scientist, so this is all way over my pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been left alone, and I'm supposed to be protecting them, and the only person still with me is Ejiri, so
Yeah.
I'm bringing him to the safest location I know,
Right.
and I'm trying to paint a fucking picture. 'Cause
Okay.
if we're gonna make it out of this, we kind of know what the fuck's going on, and we need to know how to even possibly get what we're looking for. Now,
So you're going to try to use daughter to try to figure that out, or are you just going to sort of take some time to think?
I'm gonna try to use daughter if
Okay.
I can.
All
Like we already figured out the logins, so
Yeah, you have the logins for it. So here's what I'll do, just because I don't want to have to move you back and forth between G and H.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep you on G for right now, because you guys have already seen what daughter is. So I'll just move you up to the ladder area where G is, assuming that you go down the ladder with Tetsu, and then use daughter. So tell me what it is that you ask daughter, because I want to know specifically.
Let's see. I'm trying to find any connection to the visions that were kind of forcibly put into our head,
Okay.
and maybe what
Just
research has been going on in the.
tell you what, make it easier, right? Rather than being so bleak about it, just tell me what it is that you type into daughter. You have the login. Daughter responds to commands in the same way any AI does, which is the way a person would to another person, essentially, although they're clearly not. So you see login. Hello, Dr. Clerk.
Did we get the name of the creature, like what it was?
The name? I mean,
Like what we were calling it, like.
So, I mean, here in the game, the names of these creatures are already told to you.
Yeah.
Right, but there are no creatures' names per se
That's
within
fair.
the games, within the game's contents.
I will say that we did actually see the term the perfected.
That is correct. You did see the
did-
perfected. In fact, the
'Cause
daughter
we did.
told you what that term was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, daughter told us about perfected space.
Right, where the perfected reside.
Yes.
Yeah, so we know about the term be perfected that we could see was a pronoun based on the typing.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, but we do not know that thing that we encountered is one of the perfected.
Yes, and the response from daughter was unknown query.
That is correct.
Yeah, when I asked something like what is what is the perfected,
Yeah.
daughter couldn't answer that.
No, I figure like I was in the room, but I was closer to the ladder, so like the stuff you guys looked up, I don't fucking know.
Mhm,
Like I
mhm.
wasn't in front of you watching, so
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were watching with us. Oh.
think there
no,
was-
I was.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was watching the ladder. I was watching the ladder because, like
Yeah.
making sure not to give up behind us.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, I did eventually go to one of the terminals and start looking up stuff about 23rd Aconus and
Mhm.
the station and.
Okay, at one point I have a vague memory of you following me over to one of the computers, and so I thought we were working together, but I could be mistaken.
That was the first mother.
Yes, correct.
But not the second. Okay, got it. Thank you for the recap.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine just me frantically searching.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
First thing is that you notice that the decryption, which daughter was working on, is still in progress. It's not quite done yet, but you do see that one of the files, one of Clerk's logs, has been decrypted, and the other one has not.
Okay. I'll look at the file.
Okay. So this is let me give it to you here. This is a where is it? Here. There's all this stuff all over the place. Player handouts, here we go. So this is log 8. Sorry, beg your pardon, not log 8, log 10. This one is horribly malformatted, and it could only be recovered at a certain point. But this one seems to be the final log of Clerk. And I'm gonna show it to you. There you are. Try to read that, Sajaad. That's a mess.
Reactor online, pulse, rhythm, like heartbeat, synchronizing station lights. Yeah. Well, that's definitely abomination. How to kill, escape? Like, yeah, I could need FTL. Interesting.
Need FTL. Yeah, it does say need FTL.
I mean, I'm a soldier, not a scientist, but
No, I get
at
it.
least. I mean, I'm gonna.
I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Just for the audience's sake, because they can't really see the whole thing. I'm just going to tell you what words you can sort of make out. First of all, this is the final one chronologically. It says Chiron. You're pretty much sure it says Chiron. Chiron reactor on, probably online. It something pulse something. I believe it looks like rhythm, like heartbeat. Something sync station, lights, song, changing something. Cronus, probably. You're not quite sure, but it may be crew? Cronus crew? Next word, very clear, abomination. Something, evolved beings, question mark? Something, most likely perfected. Something, need FTL. Not quite sure what that is. Spra, something? How, something, kill, something, escape, black hole, something. And yes, before I get it in chat, yes, dark side, something, dark side, something.
I imagine at this point, Jerry's probably waking up.
Yeah, I would say so. Ejiri, you probably find yourself now back in Daughter. Your head's spinning.
Where am I? Where? Sajaad, why are we back in Daughter? Didn't we just... Did I imagine all of that?
Takes me a moment to respond to you, and I'm just kind of frantically, like, looking at the notes and, like, flipping through my book and just trying to piece something together. But oh, you're awake. Good. Shit. I don't know where anyone else went. They all fucked off.
I actually told you exactly where I was going before.
You did.
But-
You did, but you haven't been talking in comms.
That's fair.
I mean, my
Yeah.
bracelets only work for like so many meters, so
Yep, totally fine. I'm going to say this as well. As Tetsu Ejiri wakes up, Tetsu, you hear a sort of a beeping. Beep, 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 beep by one of the terminals here in Daughter.
Dr. Ejiri stands up, clutching the wall, and goes over to the terminal. So Drabikowski is somewhere. Lark, nowhere to be found. And where is Dr. Navarre?
I don't know. He
Has
left.
even the cat left us?
The cat actually went with Drabikowski, I think.
Drabikowski.
You hear from down the hallway.
I'm imagining you like responding over comms when I say that.
Sarah always picks alien characters with barely understandable or pronounceable
Slavic
names,
names.
unless
Yeah.
you're Sarah, who can pronounce them perfectly.
Is my Slavic heritage, what can I say?
Dr. Ejiri just takes a sigh and basically says in Japanese, even the cat has left us. And goes to the terminal and sees what's up.
Okay. So this terminal that you see this sort of beep and a flashing light under the word transmission.
It seems to be a communication somehow. Going to answer it.
So you go over to the terminal and you type it. I'm not going to make you do a comm tech roll here. What you see is that there's a station transmission, a network transmission. Now, network is the vast array of subspace terminals that relay information to different parts of the galaxy extremely swiftly. That said, past a certain point, I think it's the 20 parsec limit, information is pretty much sort of beyond transmission. So this is a relatively close by transmission within the great scheme of things. It's certainly, not right next door, clearly, but there is something that is sending a transmission to you within 20 parsecs. I'm going to send you, or I'm going to show you anyway, a handout as to what it is that you see. Give me 1 second. Here we go. It is this. So you see this transmission. It says to Erebos, Class E, Prison Unit 453339, from Network ComCon 76300, Undefined Wayland. Aware of your situation. Expediting rescue team. Arrival 6 hours. Absolute highest priority. Verify. Transmit encrypted data designation Ironfish. Awaiting acknowledgement. Awaiting acknowledgement. Awaiting acknowledgement. And it just keeps saying that over and over and over again. What do you do?
It seems that some help might arrive after all. We might not be alone out here. I'm going to type in acknowledged.
Okay.
Wait, did you call for help?
I believe that whoever was on this station sent out some sort of SOS call for help.
When you type in the word acknowledged, perhaps 10, 15 seconds after, another line of text. Please confirm receipt of Project Ironfish. Is it in your possession?
Hang on as I switch through my notes.
I'll give you a brief reminder of what Project Ironfish was.
Yes.
So Project Ironfish was data that was on a hard drive that was found underneath the melted body of Dr. Clerk, which was found by Drabikowski. Drabikowski found it, attempted to decrypt it, failed, unfortunately, but then went down to Daughter and was able, with some help from certain passwords that she obtained, to decrypt Project Ironfish's hard drive within Daughter. Once the compiling was done, it was determined that there was a whole bunch of logs, station logs, and transmission logs from various entities between the UPP, the USCMC, about a variety of very secretive sounding projects.
Right, and at the time it was like 62% or so.
That's correct.
Completed. Right.
What's it at now?
Yeah.
What's it at now?
Probably still
75.
Okay.
Wow, that's impressive.
This
I
is
didn't think
a
that much time went by.
state-of-the-art decryption, mainframe here.
So it's asking if we have Project Ironfish just data?
Mm-hmm.
It's asking.
Dr. Ejiri.
Kitty. It's asking if you have the encrypted data. I don't think it's asking if you've decrypted it.
Oh, yeah, and also Dr. Ejiri has cut corners in his career at Wayu, so confirmed.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Confirmed. The response is excellent. Team to arrive within 6 hours. Utmost importance, Project Ironfish be retained in your care.
No question.
Okay. That's it.
Good.
Is it good?
You see that Dr. Ejiri just breathed a sigh and says, "Well, at least another ship will be coming here that will hopefully be able to drag us off. And it's another ticket out, another option, and we seem to be running out of them. I don't know where Lark has gone. I hope Drabikowski is okay. But our ship is damaged, and I hope that this other vessel is more fortunate."
Actually, Lark did tell us where she was going, that she was going to get the power cells.
Yeah.
Right.
I imagine
But,
comms probably don't work very well after a certain
Yeah,
distance in the
Well,
station.
when your helmet is smashed.
my helmet is also smashed.
I can't really help with that, but I mean, I brought this, and I'm just gonna take out a rebreather and give it to you. Like,
That would be
That's-
appreciated.
not gonna protect you from radiation, but the suits don't either, and better than nothing, I guess.
Is there anything else that you wanted to ask Daughter about anything that you've discovered so far?
I think Ejiri is. Is Daughter looking at the same sort of database as Mother is in terms of the station's diagnostics?
Not really. Daughter really isn't in charge of running the station. Daughter's in charge of compiling vast amounts of data and trying to churn it out. But it does have access to some of Mother's data components.
Right. Yes. Daughter does her homework. Mother takes care of the house.
There you go.
Of
Exactly.
course.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well done.
If only my daughter actually did her homework. I want to see if.
I was gonna say I do want to type one more thing, and
Yeah.
then
Type-
Daughter, but
type
I'll let
away.
you go first.
Oh, okay. Ejiri first, and then Sajaad.
Yeah. Dr. J wants to see. I don't know if we checked, but I want to see the status of Warden Stikes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, Warden Stikes, specifically, I believe his name is
Douglas, maybe?
That is correct. Douglas Stikes, age 59. His current status is, as far as you're aware, as far as daughter is aware, is he is living. He is currently on deck H. Specifically, I'll tell you where he is known to be alive. At least his transponder, his personal data transponder is working, and he is let's see. He might not be in deck H. Hold on one second. He might be. I think he may actually in deck F. I will check. Yes, he's actually in deck F. The corrections module deck.
Interesting.
Anything else, Ejiri or Sajaad?
I think that's it for Ejiri.
Okay. Now, Ejiri, unfortunately, because your helmet is gone, you don't have any more air. So please remove your air supply to 0.
And I'm going to put on a rebreather.
Yeah.
Does a rebreather give you air, though?
So rebreathers will give you air, but they allow you to breathe in toxic environments, right? Now, Sajaad, your helmet is fine, but you've been going this whole time without an air check. And in fact, all of you who don't have your helmet smashed have done so as well. So let's just make it let's just do what's needing to be done here.
Universal air check.
Yep, universal air check for those of you who need to breathe air. Of course, Lark not being part of that.
What about Adrien?
Adrien doesn't have a suit, so you don't need to worry about it.
God damn. Wait, it's Panic's taken away, right?
Correct. Let me
Okay,
double check
so
on
I
that.
lose
I
one.
think it might actually. You know, we keep going back and forth and back and forth. Let me double check.
We
on that.
keep forgetting.
I know. Let me do
We
it.
can both. We'll check together. We'll see if
You
I
got
first.
it. I think you probably will because I'm doing a lot of other things. So you do it for me, Sarah. Thank you so much. So yeah, go ahead and make your air supply checks.
We did.
Super. Thank you so much.
We're just trying to figure out.
I will always forget.
Page 34. Okay, let
Okay.
me get to page 34.
You do that. Whilst you're doing that, let's go down to Lark for a second. You guys are all over the place, so this is so much fun for me. Lark, you're down in deck I. Let's just...
Panic rolls.
It is panic.
Panic rolls take away.
Makes sense. Okay. So...
Does two
So I'm
successes
down to
negate a
4.
panic or no? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, so let me just move our scene, so to speak, down to deck I.
Mise en scène.
Here we go. Move you all down to deck I. Okay, so I would say the 10 minutes certainly have passed. All of your batteries now are fully charged.
Cool. Can I make? Would you prefer a ranged attack or a wits to try and float it up as straight a trajectory as possible to get them up and ahead of me with room to spare?
Right, so if you're going to pick them up one by one, we talked about this, you're going to need to do a
strength.
a strength check, yeah.
Great. I'm going to throw one first.
Okay.
See what I get.
Okay.
Absolute whiff.
0 successes, 0 panics. Now, unfortunately, you cannot push a roll because you are an android.
So it's just sort of floating, what, a little above head
So
level?
no, it doesn't float at all. You throw it up, and
How does the android have a stress die?
Don't ask questions. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting.
you throw it up, and it lands on the catwalk. Makes this resounding
Great.
clang, and you now hear from the 2 deacon creatures that have now looked up at your
They are
position.
deacons. All right. Is
I'm going to ask you in very short succession because we don't have a lot of time. What it is that you want to do?
I would. Can we see through the catwalk at this portion?
You can
I'm
see
not-
down through the catwalk. Yes.
Great. So they can probably see me.
Oh, they can definitely see you.
Great.
What do you want to do here, sir? Make a decision. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna load a round into the bolt gun.
Okay.
And then,
yeah.
with your permission,
Yes.
I've got one to spare.
Okay.
I could do something stupid.
Okay. Stupid is what I like.
I know. I'm so good at stupid. I would like to, with my own 2 legs, crouch and push and see if I can shoot myself up, maybe with a ladder assist, into the zero grav, so that the bolt gun is pointed down in the range of the plasma coil.
I don't quite. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Can I? So I can't throw the thing up because it's heavier than me.
Correct. Well, it's not heavier than you. It's just heavier than you're able to throw up at the time.
But if I start going up into 0G, where the deacons can't necessarily go, and I can shoot down at the thing that is full of plasma,
Okay.
I could potentially take care of the problems in front of me.
So what I'm hearing is that you jump up and you shoot down at the plasma tanks.
You asked for stupid, and I want to deliver.
Fantastic. You will, of course, if you do that, blow the plasma tanks up, and with them, the batteries.
Well, so here's the thing. Right now, there's only one right in front of me.
Correct.
I wanted to set one and see what the challenge level was, knowing that there were shit down and around me. This is my one and only test run with this process. The other 3 are still in their docking stations.
That is correct. The 3 are still in their docking stations. So if you jump up into the chute and you shoot down at the plasma stations, it will make a massive explosion.
The whole area of the ship.
The whole area of the ship will be blown up.
It's not a okay.
Oh no, that's a plasma
Then,
coil,
okay.
buddy.
Okay, so then let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
I would like to take my own leverage up into the 0G tubes,
Okay.
so that I can shoot the heads of the deacon when they investigate the one clanging plasma tank.
Okay. So what I'm hearing
rather
is
than shoot the plasma tank.
What I'm hearing is jump up into the chute, which currently is the only way you're going to get out of this joint. Wait for these things to come around the corner and then shoot them in the face.
From above,
Sure.
where I have 0G and stable concentration.
That
with
works.
an aim, essentially.
Well, I wouldn't say that's a little cheesy, but I'm going to go ahead and say if you want to use your aim as your fast action, I will accept it.
I would like to do that.
Super. Okay. So you jump. Okay. So go ahead and put yourself in the chute area.
Aiming for those big deacon heads.
Yes, indeedy. Go ahead and move yourself down southwest into the chute area, and I'll bring them onto the board.
Yarp.
Because here they come.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you wanted a mobility from me, so I was willing to do some complex shit to pull this off.
I don't think so. It's not super complex.
Okay, I've got enough time for them to climb up from J to I.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool.
So you jump up into you jump up into 0G, pull out your bolt gun. You can see one of these things' sinuous heads come around the corner and it just sort of looks up at you and bleats. And it opens its mouth. Another mouth pulls, pushes itself out from inside of its head, and sort of like positions itself. It's like in a leap up at you. You can take a shot with an aim.
Yes, I would like that very much.
Go for it.
It's gonna be tight if you hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
Plan doesn't fuck
made
up
my
until
choice.
you fuck up. Let's go.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm waiting for the thing to load.
No problem. Take your time. I mean, don't take your
There
time.
is somebody home now, so my internet's actually under.
You're looking
rest.
pretty good. One success.
Hey!
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
That's a ranged attack. Next time, just use the gun inside your inventory because that gives you the damage
sorry.
as well. All
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All good. All good. All right. So this thing will make an armor roll.
Yeah, but
Is this an
yeah,
armor-piercing round?
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's a bolt gun,
It's
right?
a 1 with
Yeah,
a
bolt guns are.
3.
Okay. So
I
armor-piercing.
think the 3 is bonus,
3
right?
damage.
One success, so it does take
That's
a
right,
little
one
bit
bonus
off the
for damage.
damage.
Okay.
So you do hit it, and you do 2 damage to it.
Great.
I think it is bolt gun does 3 damage, I think. Or does it
Yeah,
just
3 damage minus the 1 from the armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 2.
Oh,
Cool.
I didn't hear the 1 armor. Okay.
Yeah, indeed. Okay.
That's my turn until I can do more.
Yeah, that is your turn until you do more. Let's just roll initiative with you and these 2 creatures.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh no, Chris Pratt's on the space station.
Nice to meet you, Warden Sykes or Dr. Hector Navarre or
You
Working
misphrased.
Joe.
Chris Pratt dies on another thing floating in space.
God.
I
Spoilers.
don't know where my initiative button is anymore. Am I just rolling a
Just
D6
roll
for
a
you?
d10. Roll a d10 for me.
D10. Right. Sorry. Thank you.
All good. I'll roll a d10 for these guys. They got a 10, so they're going after you, no matter what.
Unless I fuck it up.
Unless
No,
you
can't
fuck
get,
it up.
You can't get higher than 10. So.
I mean,
I
anything's
know me.
possible. Anything's possible. A 2. All right, let's
Take it.
No problem. Okay, so you are first in the initiative. That was, I would consider that a surprise round of all sorts. If we're gonna put surprise rounds of this kind into Alien RPG, even though they don't exist. So Lark, it is now your turn. You're floating upwards into space. You just shot this thing in the head. It's clearly not happy. It's clearly bleeding, but it is not dead. What do you want to do?
I think help it's again.
Okay.
2 for aim. Fast, slow.
I think you actually have to reload the bolt gun.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. you
Bolt
do.
guns, you need a reload.
Single
So
shot
I-
Okay.
We learned that with Winters.
we did indeed. So that is a
We
reload
did.
on your part.
Okay.
Now, here's the
Sorry,
problem.
Pat.
Each of these creatures has 2 speed, which means that each of them has 2 actions. So you have now, after you go, to say this nicely, deacon. And in a very sort of Tarantino way, that's a lot.
Deacon, law.
No, that's a lot of deacons.
More references the kids won't get.
Never mind. That's fine. Go watch a fucking Tarantino movie. Deacon. That's a lot of deacons. Yeah, they'll get shit. That's a lot. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna have them do their turns. Cool. All right.
I made my bed, now I'll shit in it.
Well, you are.
Now you'll die in it.
Let's just roll the d6 and let's see what attacks they get. Let's see if they were within range to do it. First deacon attack is a 5. That is an attack called Hook Jaw.
I was gonna say, depending on speed and stuff, can it even reach me if I'm already floating up and
I mean,
laddered?
it does. Let me make a mobility roll for it to see if it can jump up to you. Here we go.
Didn't these things open doors?
That's one.
I mean,
That's 0. You know what? That's 0 successes on the deacon. So it jumps. It fails. That was part of its move. So it can't action with that one. The second one will also try to jump up and get to you. 2 successes. So that one actually does jump up into that 0 gravity area, and it's going to roll its d6. That is a 1. That is a thing called Horrific Screech, which is the deacon emits an ear-piercing wail that shakes anyone present to their very core. All victims within immediate range must make a panic roll. Ooh.
Okay. So now I have to put my cards on the table.
Put your card on the table, Lark.
Since Lark has cut out her emotion control chip and Lark is now vulnerable to stress, is Lark vulnerable to panic, Matthew?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
Okay.
hell now.
Here we fucking go.
You asked me at a certain point in the
I-
game, would I potentially have that happen? And it now everything is explained.
I know what I asked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I suppose for other people, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great. I don't have a panic on a synth sheet, so I'm just gonna roll you a d6.
Super.
If you roll, it doesn't
Click on
just
the-
have it right
well,
next to your stress.
let me-
The little die. Do you have a little die next to stress?
Let me check.
Oh, I do. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
you're
where
right.
we all.
I
Oh,
got
you
it.
keep it together.
Coming
Yeah,
through.
you make a panic roll and you keep it
Yeah,
together. There you go. All right, so that was the second attack for the deacon. Continue. Sorry, Patrick. Go ahead.
Do I then have your permission to count that aim and fire from before my bolt gun reloaded?
Yes. Yes. Aim and fire was from before. Then you reloaded. It's not yet your turn because they still have 2 more attacks.
Just asking for your
No,
table.
absolutely. You got one who's down there on deck I. The other one is in there in the anti-grav with you. The one down on deck I will again try to make that mobility roll to get up into the space that you're in. No successes. It just scrabbles and falls back down. Scrabbles, falls back down. So it can't do anything. The second one, however, is in your space and will come into engaged range and will roll a d6 for its attack. You're only lucky that you got one of these things. That's a 3. All right. Here we go. With a 3, that is something. Piercing shriek. The deacon focuses on you and emits a terrible war shriek. The victim must make an immediate stamina roll or lose their next slow and fast actions.
Ooh.
Fuck that.
They gain +1 stress either way, as the deacon marks them for death.
God damn it.
Okay. So you
You
succeed.
only have 2 stress die.
You succeed and you get +1 stress. That is its attack. You have a nervous twitch now. Your stress goes up to 3. Yeah, you're getting stressed out. This is a very strange feeling for an android, isn't it?
What is this feeling so sudden and new?
We're back up to Lark now. Lark, it is your turn.
Panic. Unadulterated panic. Robots never had such panic.
I love it all.
That's right. We're musical theater nerds here at Slices and Dices.
Yes,
I'm your
we
bitch
are.
for the day.
All right, let's go. Come on. Lark, what are you
Great.
doing here?
I'm gonna take that pre-chambered bolt gun.
Yes.
I'm gonna use the success and the +1 because I got deuce,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do 4 damage right to it. See what the armor says.
Okay. Armor. Well, you gotta fire your gun.
Yeah, no, I got a success on the last one. You said you would carry it through because of the reload.
Well, you reload and oh wait, hold up. Because you
That
did.
was why I had asked,
He was
because I
asking
had-
if you would carry through the roll that he rolled that he wasn't. That he couldn't
Oh,
use on that
yes. Because
Or-
okay, I'm just showing chat that yes, you got 2 successes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank
Sorry.
you. No worries. All right, so armor roll. Here we go. That's a minus something.
And then
No
I'll be dead.
successes.
We can go to bed at time at 1 o'clock.
No successes on that one. That's 4 damage.
Great, 4 damage. Fuck you.
Woo.
Right, I'm gonna do it right into the tiny mouth of the deacon that just leapt at me.
So yeah, you would. This thing's head, like
Deep
half
throat.
of it comes off. It's still alive and it's still coming at you.
Question actually.
Yes.
Would the bolt gun push it back down?
It's
Zero
G.
gravity.
Mm.
I'm gonna say yes. It does push it back down some, but it has to use its mobility to get back up towards Lark.
I'll take it.
Lark, when you
Nothing
shoot the
else to
bolt
do.
gun, boom, you go back about 10 meters up the chute, and when it gets hit, there's a sploosh of green, and it falls, or doesn't fall, it floats back down about 3 or 4 meters.
Great.
Okay, that's your action.
Fast. Can I start? Or no, reloads is slow, huh? So then, yeah, I got nothing until next turn.
Cool.
I'll
All right.
Take the work.
We got 4 deacons coming in. Here we go. Deacon. All right, let's go with deacon on the deck. Mobility roll.
Somehow no damage yet.
Deacon on the deck, 2 successes. Okay, so that one gets up
Really?
inside the chute and will scrabble in your direction. It's then going to use its slow action to go even further up. I'd say it probably goes another zone towards you since you blasted yourself up. So it is now up in your face but can't do anything for this particular turn. Second deacon, the one that you shot down the hole, uses his mobility to try to get back up towards you. Succeeds, gets that 1 mobility, and then it will attack you with a d6 roll. Here we go. That's a 5. That is something which I used before, or attempted to use before, called Hook Jaw.
Yep.
The deacon's jaws spring forward, latching onto a victim's limb. The victim is attacked using 8 base dice damage 2. It already rolled it for me. That's 2 successes on that. Base damage 2. If the attack causes damage, you need to make an armor roll. It automatically inflicts critical injury 36. Even if the victim is not broken and grapples the victim. Anything the victim is holding is dropped and the deacon stays latched on.
Motherfucker. No bonuses to the armor roll?
No, there are no bonuses to that armor roll. 1 success, so it still does 1 damage to you.
All right, so that brings it down to 4.
Broken arm. You can't use that arm, and it takes 2d6 days to heal.
Yes, absolutely. So the arm snaps, the mouth snaps down onto your arm, white fluid sprays everywhere. You drop your bolt gun as it goes floating down into the abyss, and it is latched onto you. Any at close combat, as it says here, to break the grapple suffers a -3. That's a formidable modifier. You must make an immediate panic roll.
Yeah.
Jesus, this thing is fucking vicious. You keep it together. As a slow action on each of its initiatives, the deacon can just use their attack to use the attack to attack the grappled victim using 6 base dice. So it's basically staying on you and just chomping through you. That's the second of 4 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
The third attack from the one scrambling up through the hole that finally is now back up in there. Let's see what it does here.
No, that should be third, right? Mobility.
Oh, that's true. Mobility.
Attack. Above.
Yep. Mobility. 3 successes there. So it does, in fact, just with intense speed. And here we go. Roll d6. That's a 5. Another hook jaw. This one goes for your other arm.
Jesus, you're about to lose both arms.
Stupid sexy.
Again,
deacon.
1 success, 2 damage. Please make your armor roll.
Come on, armor.
Shouldn't this be armor roll? Is the label left?
1 success, so it breaks your.
48
It just
PC.
chomps into your other arm. So 1 on one arm,
Yeah.
1 on the other arm. Just chomp all the way up through.
That's
This
2
is
more damage.
yeah, 1 more damage
Oh.
because
okay.
the armor blocked 1. Now, of course, because you are getting damaged, you are getting stressed as well because of the
No.
chip.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I only had 1 successful hit, and I already dropped down from. Oh, because that's what happened. I see. No, that's fine. Yeah.
How much-
I missed.
So you go
I
up
misclicked.
2 stress and you go down 2 damage because of the bites of these
Yep.
creatures.
Okay, so I'm at 4 stress, 3 health,
Oh Lord!
and both my arms are at least partly mangled.
Yes.
Hey, man, 3 health is my max. So
Good thing
suck
it can't feel pain.
Oh my God, Patrick! And then the last attack here from this one that's already on you. Should it do an attack or should it just?
No, attack from above, attack from down, mobility. That's 4.
Yeah, but they're on you.
Yeah, but Lark still has a turn. It's
Yeah,
Lark's
Lark
has a
turn.
turn.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Apologies. Lark, it is now your turn. What do you want to do?
Can I try and use my legs ability kick down where the 0G doesn't matter and just use gravity against them?
You just want to go up with them on
No,
you?
I want to go down. I want to wrestling this shit off the top of the ring down into the fucking mat.
So
You
you
might
want
be
to?
better off kicking into the next floor as opposed to 2
And
floors
what?
down.
Flail with 2 deacons in front of you guys? That's
No,
not
I mean,
good.
I'm saying kick out the exit of the next floor because you've flown up a bunch.
What
That's-
fucking floor are you on, actually?
We don't even know. We don't even know what
We
floor
are
you're
now
on.
technically between H and I.
He's between 2 deacons.
Yeah. What I was just saying is because you've been moving upward, you're probably closer to the exit into gravity on the floor above you than on the floor you were below.
Okay.
On a
So you
coin
can
flip,
still-
I've gone up.
Let's make
I-
Lark
I-
make
I
the
flipped
decision.
coin on that shit.
Let's
I
was
flipped a
like,
coin on that.
let's move it along here.
No.
Lark, what is it that you want to do?
Up and kick sideways so that there's gravity and just trying to like side slam.
That's a close.
they're-
I feel
they're
like that's a close combat roll, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So make it.
I'm here for close combat rolls.
It's okay.
Whatever.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't think you're here for close combat rolls.
Listen, I'm disarmed.
Jesus. Yeah. You attempted. You're like, "Ah!" and you try to kick off, and
You
it-
put me in a bad situation.
there's
you're gonna get
just
more puns,
there's just
Matthew.
white fluid floating in 0 grav everywhere. There's these things
whoa,
try to
whoa.
chop.
There are children watching this stream.
No, there aren't.
If there are, then I don't know what you're doing. Get off my channel. Get off my channel.
Remember, kids, only
Damn
you can set
kids.
station fires.
Okay, so that unfortunately failed, Lark.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so these creatures are gonna do what part of their previous attack was, which is to just use a 6 base dice damaged to attack. This attack cannot be blocked.
And I am going to make my previous attack of pouring more whiskey.
Okay, so this is 2 of those 6 base dice. So that is a 6d6. Because I can't see what a fucking 6d6 is, I'm just gonna roll them, and if I get 6s on any of them, then those are successes.
Ooh, ouch.
This death sponsored to you by Isle of
Okay,
It's
so
whiskey, and it's not from Isla.
so that's 2 successes. Base damage 2, that's 3 damage.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
enough.
that is enough to break
Oh, wait,
you.
armor roll? Armor
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
Armor. Go ahead.
On both?
On to the first one, for at least. This is the first one.
0 bonus is...
roll? Okay, nothing. It was
Deuces.
worth a try.
So chomp, your whole arm comes off. You are broken, so please make your D6 roll for android's critical Critical
Oh, that's
damage.
true. She may just be floating in 0G in pieces, but not actually dead.
Yep, that's a good point. That's a 2.
Deacon meet Bishop.
Here we go. Rules handout.
Yeah,
So
I
we
don't
go.
have that table pulled up.
I have
right
it. It's
now.
critical injuries,
Okay.
synthetics. A 2 is a destroyed leg servos. So let's reflavor it. That instead of jumping onto your arms, like one of them chomped onto your arm, one chomped onto your leg. That makes it a lot better.
Love it.
Okay, so that's why you dropped the bolt gun. The other one chomped onto your leg and destroyed your leg servo.
Love it.
So you must stay prone and can only crawl. Luckily, you're in 0G, so it really doesn't matter. But you are broken at this point in time.
And now drifting at an angle because I'm trying to get to level 8.
For real. The creatures are chomping down. It is, unfortunately, still the last deacon's turn. So it's going to just roll again another d6. Or 66, I should say, to see how much damage it does. And if it does, it'll do yet another damage to you. Another critical injury.
Rows of teeth.
Nothing.
Just
Oh,
one
one
damage. One damage. Make your armor roll.
Armore, save me. Make this badass. Come on, guys.
2 successes.
Hey.
So that actually negates the 2 damage from its base damage roll, which you do not take any damage from. Lark, you're broken, though. What do you do?
You say that,
I sure do.
but I still have an arm free.
You do.
And I specified that the switchblade was hidden up my sleeve. So I'd like to reach up my broken sleeve
Okay.
and just slam the switchblade down through the head of the one in my arm first.
Make this as your last attack, sir, because I have
Yes, sir.
I have buttons.
I know, it's
I have
1-7.
I have buttons to push. 3
Okay.
successes.
Damn.
I would like to. Well, I have to.
You gotta roll your
too.
panic.
Yeah.
Let's see if it happens. Does it happen?
Mental damage.
Make that panic roll, Android. Such a weird
You know,
thing to
new
think.
act, and now I have to.
Oh
What is
no!
Oh.
So you reach down with your switchblade to try to stab at this thing, and it just screeches at you, and you now have to use your next action. It fails, unfortunately, to move away from danger and find a safe spot. With your
your
one
stress level
remaining
goes down.
leg. Your stress level does go down by 1. So that was your last attack. The deacon is on your leg and has just chewed right through it and is probably tumbling down with your leg in its mouth. The other one is still on your arm, and you are floating sort of in a tight spin in 0G. That's where we're going to leave, Lark. I'm going to give buttons for the rest of you so you all know what happens here. All right? So here's what happens.
This button's our new cat.
Buttons is not your new cat.
New cat. who
Adrien
dis?
is our cat.
Adrien is definitely your cat.
One and
We
only.
could have more than one. I don't know.
So, let's shift back to where.
Prisoners love cats.
Here we go. So, where Drabikowski and Adrien are. Drabikowski, you've sort of reached out. You've frozen. You look at this just massive, pulsing mass of rock, and the cat sort of floats over to you and curls itself around you and purrs, and then sort of mewls into your ear. And then, in your mind, you hear a voice. And it says, "I'm here. I'm still alive. Help me." It's a male voice. It just resounds through your mind. And you know instinctively that it's coming from inside that meteor.
Well, I was about to tell you that the next thing that I was going to do was look for a way in. So,
Funny enough, you do see a way in. It's a small hole about 10 feet from your position. And as you
I'm
look
in it.
at that hole and you make your way towards that hole, the
Mhm.
cat with you, we're going to break from Drabikowski and Adrien to Sajaad and Ejiri. Sajaad and Ejiri, you've just sort of finished your transmission with Wayland Yutani. Something is strange, though. You're smart enough to think about this, Ejiri. Make a wits roll.
Boy.
Not to say that the Sajaad isn't, but I think that probably it would come to...
Yeah,
it would probably
no,
come to
Make a wits roll
Ejiri
with your
faster.
10 stress die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, you're the egghead. It's fine.
2 panic,
Oh,
2
I
successes.
I have 10 stress, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is.
I
Yeah,
think
no
like
matter
a
what, this is going to
catatonic
be
death.
bad.
That's a conservative win, considering 10 stress.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. Ejiri, make your make your panic roll, but let's see what happens from it. So you got a
that
seek.
is the lowest possible thing you
It
could
is a
have
seek
gotten.
cover,
Damn.
and I think that
Statistically.
when this is actually kind of cool. So Ejiri, as sort of this dawning comes into your mind, your eyes widen, and Sajaad, you look at Ejiri as he just looks absolutely stricken with panic. Ejiri, when transmissions come from Wayland Yutani, they say Wayland Yutani, not Wayland. And you just realize that who you just spoke to over the network may not have been Wayland Yutani at all. And that is where we are going to stop tonight.
Nice.
Stress
Where's it
stack
going?
again.
We love to see it.
That's where we're at, folks. That's where we're at, and that's where we going to stop. So,
Damn.
And that's why you don't cut corners.
And that's why Matt never gets 3 chapters with
no, never do, never will.
I mean, you still have like 2 backup characters, I think.
There are
We
at
got
least
at
two.
least 2
At least 2.
chapters to go.
There are light NPCs that you haven't even met yet.
Also,
I can
you
kill
could
more
just
characters.
you could just be a head in a bag again. It can happen.
I'll do it.
Lark's head in a bag. What's in the bag?
It's my head. It's my head in a bag.
God. All
Are
right.
we having a lock?
Yes, we're having a lark. All right. Good night, Oh, Mike almost left. Where did Mike go? No, Mike, don't leave us. Okay,
I'm
thank
here.
you.
Come back.
I saw your thing drop, and I was like, no.
Kitty, come back.
Kitty, come back.
I sing that to my cat all the time.
All the
by
time.
way.
That makes sense.
Kitty, come back. You can lay on top of me. I am comfy. There is no place you're going to.
What is happening? What the fuck is happening here?
We are punchy as shit because we knew somebody was going to die today.
Well, I'm just glad that I could.
1.5.
Well, it was almost 2, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was almost 2. All right, so let's go ahead and say goodnight to y'all. You all gave each other, gave everybody the whole stream your socials before, so I won't make you
At
guys
the
do it
beginning when
again.
they were paying attention. It's
I
great.
will say though,
I like this format.
yeah, I'm liking it too. I also like the fact that Into the AM makes these fucking amazing shirts.
Hey!
Finally got the shirt out. Thank you guys, Into the AM, for providing these amazing shirts, and I'm really loving it. I'm really digging it. The quality is dope as hell, and thank you very much for providing our amazing audiences with that 10% discount on your awesome gear. Check them out at intotheam.com and buy their stuff because it's fucking dope as hell, and use our code to do so.
Gotta go shopping.
I'm gonna say goodnight to y'all because it's somewhat late, but I'm happy that you all came out to play. Thank you to my amazing cast of players who we'll see again in a month's time for Act 2, Part 2 of Heart of Darkness. Hopefully there will be 100% less mice in that time frame. But hey, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Until we see each other again, folks, remember, take care of each other, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of the night and a great weekend, wherever you are. Bye.
But it's Thursday.